Hey everybody, how's it going today? Uh, as you'll notice, we're down a couple people. Um, had a bunch of stuff come up, and some people couldn't make it. Dan might be on super late. He had some work stuff to do. Jason is traveling for work, and Matt got delayed at work a little bit, but he should be here shortly. So by the
Everybody
time
needs to retire, so work isn't an issue.
Yeah, listen, oh man,
Telling you,
I
it's a good gig.
yeah, I bet. I told you I put the retirement countdown on my phone, and it's like 7,239 days or something left.
Oh God,
Where it's at.
that
Yeah.
that's a little.
Well, I
I
got
I
20 years,
had
so
one.
that's fine.
I had one, but I didn't start it until my last year.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I wanted
It's
to I
still
wanted to put
going.
the date in. Oh, look at that! Look at that. See, I didn't
Oh,
even
there's
get past
Matt.
saying hello to everybody, and he's here.
He's there.
What's up?
So he's practically on time. So yeah, and it's I got 20 years. I don't know how, Stan, I you got in and out, and got a got a good deal. I mean, I couldn't do what you did. Like you
That
and
was worth it
Mike
in the
and
end.
Jason went in the military and did that for 20 something years. Like that, it's not me. You know what I mean? I mean, maybe something else. I mean, Jason and I have talked about it. I've talked about it on stream a little bit, but I just don't see myself getting into any kind of that position.
Oh yeah, no,
Uh,
I don't.
like a cop,
For me, it was
corrections
good, but
officer, or something. Like I don't know. I just I've seen a little bit of that doing in the business that I'm in, and it's just not great. But
no,
but
it certainly
um
isn't.
but I guess you can get out, retire early, I guess,
Yeah,
earlier than most people. So that's what's good. But anyway, so yeah, we got a ton of stuff today. There was a few it's a handful of Kickstarters that I wanted to touch here, really quick. Um, first, I got to figure out, they moved some things around here. First, Emperor's Choice. They're still doing pre-orders for
nice.
the box set, the Harbinger box set. It looks pretty cool. So anybody that, like, it's still like they're selling it. It's like $65. It's like on sale from like 130. It's like 50% off. And then if you got on the Kickstarter, you get an even bigger discount. It's crazy. So I mean, get on that you know if you haven't already. I
Yeah,
think if I do this, it should put a link to that, but we'll see what happens. I'm still trying to figure out how some of this stuff works. Did that do it? No, that didn't do it. It's not Arduino. It's Show. That's why. I don't even know my own commands. Why am I in charge? All right. So
I don't know what you're doing.
there's that. That should do something. I don't know if that's even going to work now. I don't know why that's not even doing a thing. It's okay. Well, did that do anything yet? Oh no, because I can't spell it right. Oh my god.
It's
Gonna be a
you
rough.
probably get C in there.
It's gonna be a rough night, ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna be a rough night. There it is.
Hey, that
There
one
it
worked.
is.
There we go.
Third time's the charm. All right. So
Well
that's
oiled
that.
machine.
The Arduino trilogy. Check that out. The Harbinger edition. I really love the cover art there.
Yeah, it looks
Looking
good.
cool coming out of like the graveyard or whatever. Really looks great. The other thing I wanted to mention, this, I know this is out. Yeah, Paul Flyman, our pants. That this is me every time. It just now you guys can see it. Greg's Kickstarter there for the Barrel Maze, the Northern Reaches. That's still going on. That's got a week left. Check that out. It's got that's the map and the whole setting for where all of his mega dungeons and stuff are in. So that's pretty cool. Shadow Sun, man, that's going to be coming out. I think next month. I think it's a month from today or something. Mid-September, I think, is when the Kickstarter is starting. But you could sign up now for it. It looks really cool. I've ran the starter adventure. You can download the starter adventure there for free. You're going inside an old golem that's overrun by ants. It's really great. it's fun. It's fun. It's a fun setting and stuff. And then today, 1 o'clock Eastern time, this opened up Codex Monstrorum for AA, Castles and Crusades, Amazing Adventures. There, it's the now I normally don't back the Troll Lord stuff. I usually wait till it comes out and check it out and see if it's something that I that I can use or whatever. But this I backed. That's the Amazing Adventures Codex Monstrorum. They're going to have cryptids and all sorts of like cool, like some modern stuff in there, and from modern, future, horror, all that stuff in there. And I think that's cool. I kind of like those monster manuals. But yeah, do what you want with that. And then I was talking to I saw some things today, and I was talking to Mr. Brian Shutter of the Neon Lords game there, and he's got I don't know if you guys I know Matt, you've done some Morkborg stuff. Have you played or did you get Forbidden Psalm?
No, the miniatures game.
That's the miniatures game, yeah.
Yeah, Forbidden Psalm's like the miniature skirmish game. No, I haven't.
Yeah.
Done anything.
So I had zero interest in that because I've got enough skirmish games and all that stuff, and one based on Morkborg really wasn't doing it for me, so I didn't. But Brian Shutter got this great idea to make one, except it's based on the Forbidden Psalm rules, except you each play a beholder and you roll them up, and there's like random weapons and all this stuff. It's called Orb Tyrants. And I love beholders, and I love like the 80s, 90s kind of digital like effect that he's got going on there. And I mean, it's beholders against beholders. I think it's fantastic. I think it's awesome. So that you can get right now from the from his Patreon, I think is the only way to get the test rules. I'll put a link to that. But he's going to be, I don't know if they're going to be printing a zine or if they're going to be going to Kickstarter. They're still working on that. But it looks pretty cool because I love beholders, and I love the fact that you can play a beholder and you can, you get your different rays and attacks and going against another beholder trying to take over. I don't know. It just seems fun to me. I don't know. So yeah. Wow. So that's fun, but that's what I got there for crowdfunding stuff that's either out or coming or whatever that I'm interested in. So I'm sure that everybody wanted to know where my money's going. So a beholder with a side of beholders. Yeah. He's got some rules in there for, I guess you can have like minions or whatever. They're just like zombies and things like that. But yeah, I mean, it seems pretty cool, but they're still working on that. They've been play testing, and I guess it's awesome. He sent me some of the play test documents. I'm going to check that out. And I think it's going to be cool. So, I mean, who doesn't love beholders?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's good stuff. You guys kickstarting anything or anything that I didn't mention that you guys want to mention?
No,
I think that
there's one launching tomorrow from Cyborg Miniatures. It's a one man show out of Poland. I've bought miniatures from him, plenty of miniatures from him before. They're really good. Hand sculpted stuff. So I'll take a look at that. I don't know if I'll back it or not, but I'll definitely take a look at it.
Yeah.
I think the big one that dropped today was Crows. Fortune.
Yeah.
Death.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
It's like almost hit 500,000 already.
Wow. Well, that's expected, I think.
Well, it's not even their funding goal is 650K. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Wow.
I don't know.
What do you think of that, Matt?
That's weird.
I heard good stuff about it from some people that I generally am aligned with. I like the art a lot. This red, black, and white art style actually will be something we talk about later on in this
Yeah.
stream. Actually, I dig that art style a lot. I have not. I read Draw Steel and it did less than nothing for me.
Yeah. Right.
I played it.
So, yeah, I mean, it seems like a weirder Pathfinder 2 or something. I don't know. There's some ideas in it are cool, but it's not the kind of game I want to play these days.
The
So
link there for it.
but this game in theory is more on brand for what I would like. It's OSR dungeon crawler. So I may back it. They have like a $200 box set, but the box set doesn't include the DM screen. Like, why that kind of stuff drives me crazy. So I don't know.
Yeah,
but
really, are you in on it or?
I'm thinking of I may. I mean, their stuff's always expensive, like the old MCDM, like was it Flea Mortals? It's like a $69.99 price tag on that, but like their books are always expensive. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I have that one. That was actually the last 5e book I backed before I stopped doing anything with 5e.
Yeah, and I back that.
It's a nice book. I mean, it's a good book. But yeah, I was the same though with like Draw Steel. I played a couple sessions of it and I liked it better than Daggerheart. But it was really super crunchy, more so than like making a character was like, we thankfully found an online way to do it because otherwise I'd probably still be there trying to do it. And it actually was, I mean, the little adventure they give you in the beginning, it's really all combat to get you used to, because you're trying to figure out like not only the combos that you can do with all your abilities, but also with the other players and stuff. So if you're into that stuff, it's kind of a neat game, I guess, but it wasn't anything like I was like dying to get back at the table and play again, you know?
Yeah.
What do you think? You think he's like pushing away from like Draw Steel with this and
oh, they said that. Yeah, this is like it's a not meant to be a like there's very little overlap between the games. The Draw Steel is big fantasy cinematic. Very crunchy. This is OSR, less crunch, more lethal, easier to run, dungeon delving, focused. It's probably more of a Shadow Dark competitor than anything.
That's what it sounded like.
Yeah.
I got an email about it, but I haven't. I just got it, so.
They have a playtest packet you can download. So as time allows, probably no later than this weekend, I guess I'll give that a look. And if it looks interesting, I might back it. I really like the art style. I don't know what it is.
Good.
I'm just a sucker for this, like the red, black, and white art. Really
it looks good. I'm looking at it right now. I mean, the art looks good. I like it.
Yeah,
he's really good about that though. Like I'll give him credit. Like any book of his that I've gotten from him, and I got like the first one he did, and stuff. The art's always really spot on. Like Flea Mortals has great art.
It does.
He does a good job with that. Like he's good about it.
There's a lot in this free playtest too. There's like 5 PDFs and inventory cards and maps and monster illustrations. I mean, I'll have to dig into this, but there's a decent.
Damn, that does. I'm looking at some of the scrolling down. Like there's like almost like cards. I don't know if they're actually cards, but with the different, and it looks pretty freaking grim, which fits because recently I've been looking at if anybody's familiar with like Bestarium miniatures, which are very grim, dark, gruesome, end of the world type stuff. These kind of fit that mold.
Is it an OSR game? I mean, is it a D20 system?
I don't know what it uses for a system.
I haven't read it yet.
Okay. Well, Matt's going to read it and report back to us.
Full briefing.
full
That'll
briefing.
be next week. Next
week's.
All
right, Matt.
No pressure. Yeah, no pressure.
Yeah, no pressure, Matt, but he's going to do it. So, no, it's fine. It's fine. We'll figure it out. I mean, whatever. If it's good though, let me know, and I'll.
Yeah, the tagline is it's a brand new survival horror RPG for dungeon crawls, wilderness travel, and base building. I mean, I feel like that positions it directly opposite Shadow Dark as a
It said in this section I'm looking at now, it says if you're like constantly erasing stuff on your character sheet, this system or game uses basically inventory cards, so you can just shuffle them around.
Yeah.
And that looks
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, I might take
That's
a
interesting.
look at this. Actually,
Yeah, I don't think it's OSR in that it's like I don't think it's a D20BX kind of. I think it's a new
Right.
system, but I think it's
Right.
meant to emulate the feeling of some of that stuff.
Sure.
It is definitely a different like art and direction tone than Draw Steel for sure.
Well, yeah, the Draw Steel
time.
art was like it's good art. It did nothing to move me to want to interact with
Right.
the product. Like this
Same.
is the opposite. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
100%. I was the same way. I looked at Draw Steel at Crossroads one day, and I picked it up, thumbed through it, and just put it down. I had no interest. The only reason I played is because my friend that owns the shop was running it, and he's like, "You want to play?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll play." And played a couple sessions of it, and it was, like I said, I liked it better than Daggerheart, but it was too crunchy for me. Like my
Yeah.
brain was about to melt just making a character. Like it was very involved until we found the online thing for it and started using that. But this looks totally different. Like Matt said, this art actually interests me enough to I just took this thing out of my trash folder, put it back in my inbox, and I will read it later fully to check out.
There is a game I'm
Little
hopefully going to
D20.
get some. There is at least one game I'm hopefully going to get some people interested in tonight. But also the rules for it are completely free. So
Oh,
hopefully
nice.
hopefully I won't hurt your wallet
Nice.
too much.
Nice. I wonder if that's the same one that's on my list. But what you guys get anything in this week?
Does Mountain of 3D Terrain count?
Stan, I don't think you've had time to leave the house.
I haven't had
You've been
time.
messaging
I haven't had
back
time to
and
buy
forth.
anything, Roger. Other than filament, I haven't had time.
It's just been printing and just printing stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy times. Yeah.
Oh,
Look at
wow.
that thing. And he painted it and everything.
I know.
Oh my
Yeah, I
God.
get that.
That's so cool.
I painted it faster than I printed it. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well,
It
yeah.
was much quicker. But now
Yeah.
now I'm doing hills. Hills have eyes.
Yeah.
So
It's
got a bunch of those.
fantastic.
Trees behind me.
Good stuff.
And this
Love
is
it.
and this is the bamboo printer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
thing's been great.
Yeah,
And
it's
look,
cool.
I don't want to sound like Stan. Stan will know this isn't an insult. I just want everybody else out there to know that this is not an insult to Stan. But look, if Stan can use it,
If I
and
can
get
do
these
it.
results, I mean, anybody can do
Oh
it.
yeah, for sure. I 100% endorse that statement. 100%. That thing, other than a little bit of hiccup here and there, which was very minor, and then I've been pestering the shit out of Roger. So with like daily questions about things, but like just little things, like not things that are obstacles. It's just like, hey, what does this mean? What is this? Because I don't know. And yeah, thank you, Roger, for all
Yeah.
your help.
Yeah. Yeah. Why buy when you can build? Yeah. You just,
Yeah. No,
Right.
I tell you, like for a guy like me that does a lot with miniatures and terrain, like I was telling you earlier, Roger, we were sitting at our session last night and we had a bridge on our terrain, and my son had wanted a different type of bridge. And I was looking at it and I was like, we need a rope bridge. And then I was like, I can print a rope bridge. Like I can just
Yeah.
make that happen now. So
Yeah.
it's awesome. So it's
Yeah.
been really good.
yeah. Edgelord says he's got a bamboo and he's been printing TI4 stuff like mad. The fun thing about that is that the time it takes you to print an entire set of Twilight Imperium 4 stuff doesn't even come close to the time it takes to actually play the game.
Big game. Yeah.
So-
Yeah. My
So-
son is angling to get one of those for his birthday in a couple months, so I may be hitting you guys up
Yeah.
for
yeah. Oh,
Uh,
absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
I'm an idiot. I don't know anything, but I do know that this thing has been super easy to use, Matt. Like one of the guys I game with a few years ago, they bought their son a printer. I don't know what type, an older one, and it's never worked. Like brand new out of the box, they've never got it really running. And I was showing him, mine and all the stuff, I've been printing and in the short amount of time. And he was like, he's like, maybe I'll just tell him to like package that thing up and maybe try to sell it or something and then get a new. I'm like, dude, I don't know if I said this to you guys, but I mean, I've wanted one for years, but
Yeah.
now in hindsight, I'm really glad I waited until now to get one because, like,
Yeah.
I snipped 2 zip ties, unscrewed 3 screws, and plugged it in basically,
Yeah.
and it's running. Like I haven't had to futz
That's
with
really cool.
anything, which is great. I wouldn't have been successful years ago because I would have thrown that thing across my lawn as soon as it stopped not working, like, and had to futz
Yeah.
with it. So there,
Yeah.
it's awesome. Like I wouldn't be surprised if I'm going to give it a lot of time, but maybe by the first year, I wouldn't be surprised if I wound up with another one. Honestly,
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
just-
Yeah. PLA plus is good for me. Yeah. 0.2 millimeter nozzle. Yeah. I've print minis with a 0.4 millimeter nozzle, and I mean, you could see the lines and stuff, but I mean, at arm's length on the table, I mean, they look fine. But probably not fine for Stan and you guys that want to paint stuff, but so yeah, so that's cool. You got that, Matt. How about you? Have you got anything this week or?
I got a ton of stuff last week. This week I got, I think just one. I got one Mothership pamphlet, and I'm trying to figure out why I got this and what it's from. I think I Googled it, and I think it was some bonus pamphlet that got unlocked for Mothership Month 2024. So
Nice.
cool. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I got.
About a year ago, I got a set of dice in the mail, and there was no like the return address was just some fulfillment center, and whatever. There was no, and I was like, where the hell did these come? They were like black with like gold numbers on it, and I was like, I have no idea what this is even for.
Yeah, it's by this is by the guy that did was the editor for Hull Breach.
Yeah.
So hopefully it's cool. I'm like, I don't even know what this is. So anyway,
Just some
cool.
bonus thing that they sent you.
Yeah, nice.
So I got this came in today. I was excited to get it. And Stan, was it you that was talking about the Joe Abercrombie books
yes.
we were talking about?
Mhm.
So I got because I ordered the slipcase for the trilogy. So it's got some sayings there.
Oh yeah.
And then that's on gold trim on the other side. And then the books here.
Those are good words to live by.
There's the blade itself
Oh
with
wow.
our main man Logan on there. And it's a
We'll
whole
do 9 fingers.
art thing there. And then it came with a bookmark that says the blade itself. It's really, really nice. And they're not signed. I mean, they said this on the thing. It's a signed book plate. Like I knew this going in, but it's a nice book plate at least. I mean, I don't know how I feel about that stuff. I mean, I backed it because it's a special edition of the book set. So I got all 3 books. The blade itself, Before They Are Hanged, and The Last Argument of Kings. And
That was
really
a Kickstarter you backed?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And so that's Before They Are Hanged. And then The Last Argument of Kings
Oh nice.
there. And so, I mean, it's cool. It's really cool. I like it. The whole thing with the book plate thing, like that's we could probably argue about that forever, but I don't know how you guys feel about that. But I mean, I think it's kind of like, I don't know. I feel
I
like
don't have an opinion on it.
I feel like I got a signed sticker that's in my book. Like, I don't feel that counts as a signed book. And I've seen like some places like they'll sell like signed copies of a book, and it's just a signed sticker that they slapped inside the book. And I don't know, that's like a different thing to me than someone signing the book.
Yeah, I agree.
Is that, you think, Matt, what about you? Are you on board with that, or you think I'm crazy?
No, I think you're right. Yeah. I don't have a strong opinion, so I will side with your opinion.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I'm fine with that. Yeah, we should call the beginning of 7 Things Roger kickstarted. Yeah, I mean that's
I
pretty.
mean, I have a bunch of signed books from like back when I was a kid, like R.A. Salvatore. I met him several times and got most of my books signed. And that's cool. Like, it's probably, but they're like personalized, in my
Yeah,
Some
yeah,
of my
yeah.
gaming stuff, like my Hyperborea, my original Hyperborea stuff's personalized by Jeff, and that stuff's cool. Like it's
Yeah.
way cooler. Like I have my original Hyperborea books, and they're personalized by Jeff, and then I have the leatherette versions, which are numbered and signed by Jeff. They have
Yeah.
two very different kind of feels. They're both great, but like there's something a bit more with the personalized ones.
And
I
I
don't
got
even
some.
use those at the table. I
They
use
sent
the
me some
leatherette ones.
stickers. They sent me a hat that says "Still Alive," and I got a T-shirt that's got a bunch
Still
of knives
alive.
on it that says "You can never have too many knives."
Oh yeah,
which is
you
awesome.
can never have
So
too many.
I'll probably be wearing
There are
that next
there
week.
are so many great phrases in
Yeah.
those books, like that whole
There
like
is,
"still
yeah.
alive" or "you can never have too many knives" or
Yeah.
his writing is, I listen to more books than I read, but like his writing is some of the very few writing where the dialogue of the characters for me is so good that like sometimes when they're saying stuff, I'll just start laughing. Like, and I don't do
Yeah.
that with books. Like, I don't get
Yeah.
that into it. But like
No,
the Devils
he's
was
a
the
good
same
writer.
way. Like the dialogue for the Devils is so good. Sometimes those guys would say stuff like be sarcastic or whatever, and being a sarcastic person myself, I find that amusing. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm listening to the second one now. Again, this is my second listen of the original
Yeah.
first Law trilogy, and man, I
That's
love
good
it.
stuff. It's good
I
stuff.
wish he would do like more with it, as far as like, a lot of authors, they start branching out. I mean, there was a graphic novel a while ago, but it was a UK novel, and it's like $500 in the US.
I
or
don't know. I
something.
think the problem is if any writer like I can't read like the Wheel of Time.
Oh God,
Like
no.
there's just too many books. Like it's to that point. And like
I've
if he had
tried.
I think it'd be great. Like if he had another trilogy or whatever, but like there'd be 9 books in the
Well, not
in
even.
the
I'm not
series
even
really. And
talking
then,
like adding novels to the series. I'm talking about like a little bit of maybe even the Game of Thrones treatment, where there's like, oh, here's the map of the lands and stuff like that. I have these really cool maps of the Game of Thrones setting, and I would get that stuff just because I think it's really cool. Like I think the setting's cool,
Yeah.
and it's fun to go back and listen to it because there's a lot of stuff I forgot about, and and more of like being a very visual person, it would be cool to like be able to
Sure.
look through a book and see what exactly a flathead looks like, or that
right.
stuff.
Yeah.
I really like those books a lot.
Yeah.
Really
It's good stuff. So today, so we ended last time we were talking about it, and we decided to do top 5 indie games. And we kind of left it at that. And I purposely didn't define it or tell it, and these guys, we talked a little bit, over the course of the week, like, what do you consider indie and all this? And I mean, I made sure I think I was pretty clear of saying, look, this is what I think, but go with what you think. So I think we were going to have some different views and definitions as to what indie actually means. And, thinking about it, like I thought that was an easy question, because originally I thought of it as being anything that's not from like a major publisher.
Yeah.
But then now, like, what's a major publisher? Like, I mean, you got to look at that and say, okay, like is Chaosium a major publisher? I mean, they publish a lot of stuff, so it's like, okay, you could say, okay, yeah, that's, they're probably, but like Free League is Free League an indie? No, I mean, they have a company, they have support group, they have whole, they got all of that stuff. So, hey, Mike, so like, is that an indie company? So I really I tried to go hard on this and said, okay, you know what? Anything that's like a company that sells multiple IPs and things like that, like is not indie. Like that's kind of where I went. And I think that's the extreme. But what do you guys think? What did you guys like? How did you define indie?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think I go with like the not I take the simplest probably definition, and it's just like not a big like corporation type company. And I actually would throw Free League into that category where they are, like they're one of the premium, other than in my mind, like I don't know like specifics, but like outside of like WotC and Paizo, like I mean, Free League puts out way better products than either one of those companies, but they put out a lot of stuff, and it's not like just a couple guys doing it. They have multiple teams and stuff like that. So I don't consider them indie. And I've never really put a lot of thought into that until we were doing this topic. So like my list is probably going to be pretty lame, but I think that's the best definition for me is like, it's not a big company, putting things out. It's a small group of people or one man, one woman, whatever, putting out a product. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty close to the way I approached it too was, if I think about a company like Free League or Goodman Games, like what is the size of their footprint at a convention like PAX or Gen Con? If they have like 2, 3, 4 booths worth of space with an army of people, or Chaosium, right? Like these are not independent, these are not indie companies. Where I struggled, and I lumped like OSE and Dolmenwood, Necrotic Gnome kind of in that same category. The two that I really struggled with, well, there's really 3. So like Arc Dream for Delta Green, just for the sake of not talking about that game for the umpteenth week in a row, I just decided, all right, I'm just going to call them not indie, but they probably are. Tuesday Night Games that makes Mothership. So they make a bunch of board games. They make Mothership. They have multiple full-time people on staff. That one's kind of debatable. Again, I've talked about Mothership enough, so I ruled them out. And then Free League, I said everything Free League publishes I excluded, which is probably unfair because they have an indie, they have like a publishing arm that is not their in-house stuff, which Pirate Borg and Frontier Scum fall under. And so I excluded those using that criteria. And in hindsight, I feel like that probably was not right because, like Limithron and I think it's Carl Urban who does Frontier Scum. Like they're really one-man operations, even though they're publishing through that indie arm of League. They're not Free League first party, so I probably should have included those on my list, but I didn't. So that was kind of the framework that I used, was kind of similar. Like, is it a small company with a few people? And what does their footprint look like if you go to a big convention? Are they a giant, do they have a banner? Are they a sponsor? Are they a giant footprint kind of thing or not? So
yeah. And that's interesting because I ended up and I didn't even realize this until like close to deadline time. Too late to change things, but actually 2 on my top 5 are from the same company. So,
that's okay,
but very small company as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, it's interesting, and I pretty much did like what you said, Matt. Like I think you got to start drawing a line somewhere. It's amazing though if you look at like the numbers and everything. I mean now it's starting to maybe swing the other way, but like you look at companies like WotC or like what Dungeons and Dragons brings in, compared to like the next step below them. Like nobody's close.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, you can almost draw a line there and say everything's indie, because they're not even close. But I think, once you have like, a building with employees, that come to work for every day, like I think it's safe to say that you're not indie. But I think Free League, like don't they promote themselves as being, an indie RPG company?
They do, yeah. They do. They're not, they're not beholden to any kind of like publicly traded corporation. Like they are an independent company, right. And even within their company, they have those little, like you said, little pods of sort of mini companies that are running the game. So I would not be upset if anybody said, but again, my concern was if I include Free League and I include Arc Dream right? It's the same list we just talked about a few weeks ago, where
Yeah,
the whole
right.
list is going to be Free League games and Delta Green, and then we're just having the same
Yeah.
conversation. So
Right.
it's probably unfair,
No, I
and a little
agree.
bit arbitrary, but that's the selection criteria.
No, I agree, and I'd like to showcase smaller, actual independent, creators and stuff too, you know, but yeah, that's yeah, indie the published official RPGs, several major yeah, no, I get it, right, like Free League, right, but I mean, I don't know. You could make the argument of, okay, how big are they, and but yeah, you're right, Paul. I mean, like once you get employees and stuff, it's that's a thing,
Yeah, but like so again, like this,
But that right
is
that's
literally
small and tiny.
one guy's book, and so I mean, in fairness, they have a new edition out with 19 more backgrounds, the more rulebook version.
Yeah,
This was with Games Omnivorous, and now is part of this Free League workshop or whatever. So,
Yeah.
I mean, honorary mention earlier or whatever from me.
but did Free League actually did they like buy the rights to it? Is it like theirs,
No.
or are they just
No.
publishing it and that's it?
So Frontier Scum is a combination of Into the Odd and Morkborg,
Mhm.
both of which are published by Free League.
Yeah.
And they did a limited run. It's the same with Vaults of Arn. Games Omnivorous pivoted from being sort of a art house, small print run RPG company to being more interested in making games. So they have The Job and they have Flail, and that's where their focus is now, making games and not publishing games. So the people who were having their games published by Games Omnivorous, most of them went elsewhere just to get broader distribution. I know with Vaults of Arn, that was a big issue with, who is it? Leo Hun is the author of, I think, of he was getting kind of frustrated because that game was sold out over and over and over again because Games Omnivorous was doing these small, whatever 500 or 1,000 or whatever print runs of this book. And he's like, I could be selling way more copies of this, but I can't keep it in print with the distribution deal I have. So
Yeah. Yeah. So Paul says, so the indiness got grandfathered in. It's fine if Free League distributes. Still not any.
Yeah. Well, hey, then we're aligned because I excluded it from my list. So
Yeah. No, and I did too. I did too. To be fair, but Stan, you wanna go first with your number 5?
Sure. Yeah, mine are in horrible order, so we just kind of cobbled together. But
that's all right.
Kicking off with number 3.
Yeah, picking off. Yeah, exactly. Joe, I grabbed this one. Like Baptism of Fire by the Pundit.
Yeah.
I haven't run it, but it's definitely a game I'm interested in.
Definitely indie.
Yeah, for sure. And
There's one
with
guy.
the historical bent of it, I'm interested in that game.
Cool.
And is that the one that we talked to that Jason had on his list?
Yeah, it's set in
medieval
early,
Poland.
Yeah, like 10th century or something like that. It's old Poland.
And there's like a Viking thing for it too, right?
There is.
There's the last Viking, I think, or Last Vikings or something.
Yeah, that landed on my wish list from when Jason talked about it. So
there's actually there's that book. So that's this book, The Last Vikings.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then there's this one that goes with it as well, the 101 Sarmatians.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
And what this one does
content.
is it goes
Got a lot
in
of
deeper
content,
on all like the noble houses and stuff that are talked about in this book, and you get information on them, but this dives a little bit deeper into them.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, well he's got nothing to do except for write
Books apparently.
He's retired and he's in Uruguay, I believe. And so
Somewhere.
he just, I don't know, he's got nothing better to do, but yeah, one
In the
in a jungle hideout in Bolivia.
All right.
Yeah. Like that's so that's that's definitely indie. I definitely agree with that. But yeah, he's got his, what does he call it? Medieval authentic is what he calls it, right?
Yeah, it's not it's not a straight up historical game. It's based on that, but it's also based on what the people believed at the time. So there are like monsters in the game. It's because they believe
That's
that
what I
this
like, some of that
stuff is
stuff.
real.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was really neat. And it's kind of a neat era. Like I've never, like I said, I've never played it. The closest I've come to playing something like that is we played Call of Cthulhu Dark Ages, and it had that feel to it, which was really good.
Yeah. I know some people got on him with Lion and Dragon. So it was based on the Rose War there. And some people were saying that he copied Game of Thrones. And he's like was trying to explain to people that Game of Thrones
is based on
was based on the Rose War, and so is the like historical. So it's just, people are great. Right? They stole this. They stole the idea for the Rose War. They stole it from Game of Thrones. Anyway,
rough.
Matt, what do you got?
All right. So my number 5 is just right away getting into we were talking about with crows, is Outcast Silver Raiders.
Yeah.
Outcast Silver Raiders. You can see they have 2 little supplements, the black, white, and red art. Definitely feel like crows. Now there's a solo game I like called Spire's End, which is actually the first place I saw this kind of art style. Spire's End it's a pretty decent solo game, but the art is insane. It's so good. But
really?
Yeah, Outcast Silver Raiders. It's kind of a BX deconstruction. There's only 3 classes. The magic is like blood magic. You have to hurt yourself to do magic spells. It's a full package with the 3 different books: Player's Guide, Referee's Compendium, and a campaign book.
In a slipcase, even.
Yeah, and it's like $70, I think.
Yeah.
There was a super deluxe Kickstarter that was only available for the Kickstarter. That's going to be one of those like Grail products for me to try to track down because it's hard to find. This game uses D20 for combat, D10 for saves, and D6 for skills. And then beyond that, it's always those for. So I think it's a pretty easy system. It's a little bit different, and I like it a lot. So if you want a BX game, it's a little bit different, not exactly BX, but kind of a deconstruction of that. This is a pretty cool game, and the art style is just absolutely amazing. And like I said, they're still making products for these, kind of like the Carcass Crawlers kind of thing. That because this is published by Exalted Funeral, they're doing the same kind of thing with these little pamphlet zine kind of add-ons. So pretty cool.
And they push the OSR thing by Outcast Silver
Raiders.
Yeah, it's neat.
But it's a little more like Viking, Conan kind of coded. Instead of high fantasy. So I like it. It's like so good stuff.
No, it's cool. And I got the box set behind me here. I don't know. I dropped a bunch of stuff towards the top of my list. Anything that was like $50 plus, $40 plus, somewhere around there. And I don't know. I just felt like, and again, this is, nothing on you guys if you guys have more expensive stuff, like stuff that was discontinued, or stuff that's like hard to get, or stuff that like you got to pay out for. Like, I don't know. I don't want to like push that onto people. I felt like, hey, if you're going to play an indie game, here's this kind of cheaper like thing, you know what I mean, to buy. I don't know if that makes any sense. Like, that's kind of
it does. I didn't really factor that in, but that does make sense.
Yeah, I mean, I figure I didn't really think about this ahead of time, but it'll come up on a few of these games where like I feel like $70 for basically everything you need to run a game for like a year or whatever is pretty good. Bad. Yeah,
it's not bad. No, you're absolutely right. It's not. It's fine. Yeah. I just, to get into it, you know what I mean. I don't know.
Well, because there's
and
also
this
what's
isn't
weird.
a newbie thing, so
Yeah, there's also indie stuff like Max Moon makes, and that stuff is art house and very expensive, but it's an indie.
Yeah.
They're indie products. So, and there's another game.
Yeah.
If we get to the 6 through 10, that'll come up that I talk about that kind of drops in that category. But I know what you mean. I think
Yeah.
probably more of these than not. The rules are free. That one, not so much, but a bunch of
Right.
the other ones on my list
Like-
have.
like
free
I
rules.
excluded Viking Death Squad because it's like a 30 or 40 page book and it's like $50.
Yeah, that's $50 for a book that's just like one of these
Yeah.
books.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Right.
Yeah.
So that's like the only like, so I like did that because I'm like, this isn't like, this is more of an art project, I think, than like,
It's got a cool
you know,
cover.
a game. It does have a cool cover. The art's nice. I like the story. It's cool. Vikings from space. And I mean, you know, yeah, I mean, it's cool stuff. Yeah, absolutely. I liked it. Like your hit points and like everybody has like one hit point. And it's just like you're wearing your armor. Your armor is the only thing that saves you. And then once you don't have any armor, you just one hit, you're dead.
Huh.
But that's cool. Number 5 on my list was on last week's list. I think it's as high as it is because I'm excited to play it this coming weekend. And that's Inspectors. I just really think it's a great little fun game. You know, I think it's got a cool system to it, and it's just simple, fun. You can get it, you know, to the table, and it's pretty cheap. I think it's like $10 to buy it. So, but yeah, so I got that, you know, yeah, Paul, and like on the Kevin Crawford thing, right? Like you can get the PDFs or the print on demands for cheaper, right? If you can't do that, you can even buy the artless, or he gives away the artless books you can get for free. You know, if you want to play it. So those are good. So those spoilers, those ended up on lower on my list, but we'll definitely talk about them at some point. So that's my number 5, Inspectors. Like I said, I think it's just because I'm excited to play it. So it made my list. Stan, over to you.
Let's see. The next one I got on my stack here is Night Shift
Night
by
Shift.
Jason Vey.
Yeah.
So that one kind of interests me as a more modern, you know, when we had Jason on and he basically said it was, you know, his version of Buffy the Vampire Slayer role-playing
yeah.
game. So I picked that up, and I actually ordered this right after we had him on, and then at CNY,
Nice.
I got the rest of the stuff for it, which is, there's like another book and a free starter adventure and a GM screen. And I got that stuff off Jason at the con, but yeah, it looks interesting. It's built off BX, but yeah. And I didn't have a kind of a somewhat generic modern RPG that wasn't heavily tied to like an IP or anything like this. You know, you could do pretty much anything you want with this game, I think, as far as like modern. So
Modern stuff, yeah. I
yeah,
know
think
Chance runs that, I think, every week or something, or a couple times a week on the Barrows and Borderlands Discord.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If you ever want to jump into a game.
Yeah, I'll
sure,
look at that.
You know, yeah.
It yeah, it looks good. It looks good. It
Yeah.
looks interesting. You know, he's got all the, you know, monsters you need and different types up to like, you know, like Cthulian and other stuff. It's pretty cool.
Edgelord said he got to play Buffy Summers at CNY. He was hot. Let me tell you, at CNY, no one was hot. It was 65 degrees.
There's an ice box in there. You can hang meat in that gaming hall.
Man,
You remember when Matt, you remember when we were hanging out in the hallway and you opened the doors and
yeah,
that
it's like a
draft
blast. Yeah,
came out, that Arctic chill came out of the gaming hall? Holy crap.
it was like a
Yes.
bunch of wraiths or something came
Yeah.
out. And, yeah, it was
My God.
freezing.
Just slabs of meat hanging from the ceiling in there.
Definitely
Freaking
selling
cold.
sweatshirts.
Yeah.
next year.
I wore a sweatshirt.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, so where are we? Four. You're number four
Number
there. Matt?
4. Yeah, so my number 4, this game, the rules are available for free online. This is Cairn, second edition.
Nice.
This is the box set. This is all $60 for this box set. It was even cheaper on the Kickstarter, which I think I've shown this before. But if you want to talk about, I think probably still Dragonbane is the best value you can get in all of gaming. But you get you get in this box set for your $60, you get 3 players guides. So three copies of the players guides. You get a DM screen. You get a pad of character sheets. You get a GM guide, and then you get 4 adventures for $60.
Wow.
It's a lot of it's a lot of content for $60. The GM book is pretty much all kind of like the back half of Shadowdark. It's mostly, there's some just general DM advice, but it's mostly like generative content for making all kinds of different stuff: dungeons, hex maps, worlds, factions. There's some different stuff about spells and monsters and things like that, but Cairn's a pretty simple game. The other thing that I like about it is there's a lot of stuff out for it. Like, this is all Cairn stuff. He just did a double shot adventure that fulfilled in, like, honest to God, like 6 weeks from the time the thing closed to the time it showed up at my door. Amanda P makes some pretty cool adventures. They did a Hideous Daylight adaptation, and then there's also this Kala Mandala, which is by one half of the Thousand Islands team, and this is based on Cairn. It's like an Asian version of that. I think this Tragedy at Zayas Theater was up for one of the Ennies this year. So this is a pretty cool game. So, and then there's Liminal Horror is based on this system also. So there's a lot of cool stuff in Cairn, but like I said, the rules are free. So you can check it out, see if it's something you want. That way you can't say I'm breaking your bank account. And the box set's only $60, so not too bad.
That's really cool that it comes with 3 players guides.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that's like something that more games need to do if you're going to have like a box set. Do a group so you can have enough for a play group.
Yeah, I mean,
or whatever, or not,
I think the Kickstarter was like $50 or something. It was even less than the MSRP, and then it showed up, and it had the 3 books, and I thought like, oh, they made a mistake or something. But no, that's how it comes. Like, it's just it's a good deal.
Cool. Edgelord's jumping in. He wants to know if it's D20 for Paul.
It's D20 roll under. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's D20 or not, because D20 is also the name of.
Well, technically uses a D20. Yeah. But it's not like a BX.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's awesome. That's awesome.
It's a hack of Into the Odd. So it's a fantasy cursed forest dungeon exploration version of Into the Odd. So D20 roll under 3 stats, hit protection, pretty free form. It's a pretty loose system, but it's fun.
Cool. Yeah, man, we got to run all this stuff at some point. That's a
Cairn I've run a few times, and I've played it a few times too. Yeah, it's a good game. It's a pretty good pickup. Would I play it for 3 years or something? No, but I think it's a pretty good pick up and play game, or a few sessions, develop some characters for a little while and see what happens. It's pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. This one here, this is the second one by Memento Mori that I realized afterwards, even though I knew that. This is an oddball kind of thing for me, but this is Parsley action, or those computer action adventure games, like Myst or whatever, that where you just click and you go, and it gives you kind of the description of the room, and then you type in and tell it, go north, go south, pick up axe, swing at, that sort of thing. It's basically a whole game based on that, and you run. So even the thing, it's like Action Castle is so
it's like Zork,
the name of one of the adventures. It's definitely Zork. Yeah.
Huh.
And basically you run it with a group, and there's a protagonist or whatever in the game, and you just go around the table. So one person says, okay, go north, and then the GM or the guy running, reads that description for that room or whatever, and then it goes to the next player. The next player can say, whatever. And so they could say inventory, and then, the GM reads off the inventory. There's like an inventory sheet for most of them. But there's a handful of, like this book, the Parsley book, has, I don't know, there's probably a dozen different adventures in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. There's different ones. There's an Old West one. There's Action Castle 1, 2, and 3, Blackboard Jungle, Danger Town, Pumpkin Town, Jungle Adventure. There's just a bunch of different things. And they're all, they're all listed, and they all look like, like the old game. Like I said, Action Castle there. They give you kind of a cartoon map, for the GM to kind of follow. And it's easy enough for like players to, make a map, by just drawing lines to a box where they write down stuff. And then all the areas are just kind of, listed out for the GM to do whatever. And it's fantastic for like a one shot, to do that. Because you always get, crazy things, or like somebody will say, or like the character will get killed because they'll try and like attack an ogre without a weapon or whatever, and then like they die, and then like the game restarts on the next person. You just read the intro again, like, oh, you're back in this room, and and I think it's just really fun. And I think they got different ones online. You could buy the PDFs of like separate ones, or you could buy the PDF of the book. It's pretty cheap on the Memento Mori site there. So it's really fun for a one shot. You could play it with 20 people, because you just go, from one to the next, all the way around. And it's a good time. I thought about running it at some conventions, just like a pickup game out in the hall or something like that, to just do it. Save early, save often. It's funny, people will do that. They're like, save, and then they're like amazed when the GM says like, progress saved, and then somebody else down the line can say load, save one or whatever, and so I mean, it's fun. Yeah, it's cool. So I mean, no, it's just a blast.
I'm old enough to have played Zork, so I mean, I sort of get where, but like, I mean, what did they sell? 30 copies of this game? Like what? Like what is the?
Oh my God! It's to people like us. People like us. They sold it to.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. That was
pretty cool.
I don't know. I think it's fun.
It's unique.
I think even if people haven't played those games, like I think it's like once they get used to it, like I think they get into it and it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Have you played Crypt Master on Steam? This game, Crypt Master? You should check that out, Roger, if you're into this kind of Zork kind of game.
Really? Is that like a one of these games? Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah, you might like that.
Yeah. Looks awesome. That looks cool. All right. I don't have time to look at Steam right now, but yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. All right. So that's my, add to my wish list. Okay. There we go. It's on my wish list. Now I can close that. Sorry. Had to do that. Had to be done. Yeah, that looks awesome. So, oh my God, Chubby, you got to get here on time, buddy. Come on. Can't keep showing up late. Tell Grant to, make his own dinner. He can do peanut butter and jelly and just, we basically decided that anything that's a company and anybody that has employees and all that, that's like that they don't count. Oh, Dan's here. Dan's sort of here.
Dan had the wrong virtual camera selected.
Oh, there's Dan.
So, hi guys. Sorry,
hey,
what's up? Work.
So that was my number 4.
Ooh.
Stan, what are we? You're number 3?
I don't know where we're at, to be honest with you.
Yeah, number
Oh
3.
my God.
I've lost track. But I'm just pulling the ones off my pile. I pulled this one off the pile.
Hey.
Adventures Dark and Deep. Yeah.
Yep. And the nice thing about it is you can get the light version. And last time I checked, it was pay what you want. So, and the light version is the 100%, game. Like it's obviously missing a few things, but you can play it up to, I think, 8th level. And it's pay what you want on drive-through. It has everything you need in it. Monsters, all that stuff, magic. So, yeah. I haven't played it yet. I've been reading through it quite a bit and referencing it for a while, especially the bestiary, and it's really good. If you're looking for a more like AD&D 1E, but better polished, obviously, and
Sorry, Stan. There's pantsless me rumors going on in chat.
Pantless, you.
So.
We didn't let James on the stream.
Yeah. Jeez. I'm pantsless, but I'm smart
Unpantless.
enough so that I could stand up and my camera won't catch me. So, yeah. Dan, is it your birthday today?
It was yesterday.
Hey,
Oh,
happy
all right.
birthday.
It says it's
Thank
my
you.
birthday on the thing.
Oh,
All right.
yeah.
I
I didn't realize that when Mike changed
Yesterday.
that.
Yeah, no, it's okay. We were happy to have you for a minute. That's all right.
Thanks.
We-
There we go.
No, happy birthday, buddy.
42.
Happy birthday, buddy.
42.
Yes,
Oh
Chubby.
my-
I know, busy. We appreciate your presence. Don't you worry. You missed the plug in the beginning. I plugged Shadow Sun pretty hard in the beginning.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So-
Because of that lovely article that's making its rounds.
So yeah, well, it had nothing to do with that. I just because it's it's good stuff. But
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna. Okay,
He can neither confirm nor deny this rumor that he plays.
I
with
can
no
neither
pants on
confirm or deny,
Saturday
yeah.
nights.
yeah. That's why there's no cameras on Saturday nights. Dan, what did you make this list?
I
Of top
did.
5?
I did.
Top
do
5
five.
Hyperborea games. What do you got?
I did 5, 4, and 3. I did. So I did the 5 that I want to play or run, as opposed to the 5 that like I have played and they're my favorite.
All right. You want to hit 5, 4, 3 really quick?
Sure, I can do that. 5. Easy D6. I've heard
Okay.
it's good.
Yeah.
It's a different type of system. I think it's something that I could get my niece to enjoy. And I recently-ish picked it up when there was a sale on drive-thru. And I read through it a bit, and it seems fun. And I've heard good things. So, easy D6. Number 5.
Nice.
Numero 4. Since he's sitting here in chat, Ambition and Everest too,
Oh.
because I think Chubby is a very, very good designer, and his insights that he shares on game design on his Patreon and on his YouTube channel are interesting to me. So I want to see what this like just came in like last week. What his version of like a D20 style RPG is. So there. And this isn't really in any
Fantastic.
particular order. It's
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of in the order I pulled them off my shelf. And
That's
then number 3 is actually Jason Bay's Wasted Lands. So
Nice.
because I like swords and sorcery, and I think the books are
Yep.
very well done. And I was reading this actually on the plane on the way home from CNY, and I think it would be fun to.
I pulled those out. I have them here. They're lower on my list.
Know they?
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm obviously a really big like swords and sorcery style setting guy. The only reason I don't have Tales of the Valiant, Tales of Argosa on the list is because it was on the last one.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm very intrigued by it. I'm intrigued by his Gazetteer of the Dreaming Age. So I think the map is pretty cool, by the way. So I like it when you get maps with games.
Maps are cool. Yeah.
So that's my number 3.
Yeah. For me, Shadow City and Shadow Rim ended up on a little bit lower on the list, like below 5, just because I had Shadow City on the list last week. or last top 5. So I didn't want to have
That's
that
fair.
many duplicates. So it's probably
Yeah,
probably
I had
number 6 or
Shadow
so,
City on
but-
the last list, but specifically Chubby's take on like D&D style D20. I'm
But-
curious about, right?
Yeah.
As opposed to his take on Shadow Dark.
It's good
so,
stuff. I mean, Chubby's heard that it's a good game. I
Yeah,
don't know.
'cause he's
I don't know if we
totally
can take his
unbiased.
word for it, but yeah, he's probably unbiased.
Edgelord likes my easy D6 pick.
So do I. I just can't talk about it yet. Well,
Okay, fair.
Matt, what do you got
Spoilers.
for number 3? Oh yeah, spoilers.
All right. Number 3. The full rules for this game are also available for free on the Games Omnivorous website. The actual physical one is not out yet, but this is Flail.
Mm. Yeah.
Flail. I dug into the rules for it the last week. I'm pretty excited for this game.
Me too.
This is why I brought
Yeah.
6 or 7 to this, because Flail's also on my list.
Yeah. I like the inventory system is kind of Mouse Ritter, kind of Diablo. The combat system, you don't roll damage. The weapons all do flat damage. You're rolling a D6 dice pool, and you're trying to get 1s. And so if you get 1-1, you get a glancing blow, and your weapon does whatever the damage value is. If you get 2 1s, it deals double the damage value. If you get 3 1s, you just straight kill whatever you're attacking. And then
Awesome.
the classes and equipment can do unlock other combinations, kind of like in poker. So like there's a monster that rolls 10 D6s, and if it gets 3 pairs, it does like a special effect.
Yeah.
So there's all kinds of interesting stuff like that going on. There's some cool content generation stuff in there. He has a whole thing for making a city out of a deck of cards where you deal out the cards and it sort of constructs the map of a city. And then there's tables to roll out the history of the city and stuff about it. There's a thing with potions where you can mix 3, 4, or 5 ingredients to create a potion. And the first time you make that potion, you roll on a table, and forevermore, those ingredients always combine to make that potion. It's cool. I like Games Omnivorous stuff. Generally, big fan of their work. So this game is doing a lot of stuff that I like. The stuff that it's focused on. It's probably pretty lethal, but I haven't had a chance to play it yet. So and I think he said it's designed so that you are supposed to not play more than 15 sessions with any one specific character. So 15 sessions, and that character is supposed to be out. So gives you an idea of the type of game that it is. Yeah. But
That's a lot.
But I like
15 sessions.
Yeah, 15 sessions, not nothing. Yeah. So his Patreon, you can is $3 a month for the basic tier. You unlock all of the Flail stuff. He has 7 adventures, 5 pamphlets on there, and 2 additional content things already. So for download the free rules, and then for $3 you get on the Patreon, you can download all that stuff and cancel it if you want. So $3 you'll have 7 slightly larger adventures, 4 tiny ones, 2 supplements, and their core rules. So there you go. I'm trying not to break people's bank accounts here.
No, that's
but I
good.
think it's a pretty
Good
cool
one.
game. I'm excited for it to come out. So
The only reason it's not on my list is because I excluded it because it's not out yet.
yeah, that's fair.
That
The
was
physical one's not out yet.
but-
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're right. I mean, it's not officially released like that. You know what I mean? Like, so that's, but I guess you're right though. You could still get the PDFs and stuff. You can't buy the PDFs though, right? I think the only way to get them
It's
is through
free.
Patreon.
Yeah, the supplemental material right now is only available through the
Yeah.
Patreon, but the rules
Yeah.
are not for sale. They are only free.
Well, right,
So,
right,
yeah.
right. Yeah, but no, it's cool stuff. I can't wait to get my copy of it and get it to the table and try it out, or maybe I could just convince you to run it in a handful of weeks.
Yeah, there you go.
That's all.
I
Running
do
it
think it's-
Napa for
I do think
for
it's
Dan
shipping
and I.
right now, though, isn't it?
It's gotta
If
be
it's not,
close.
it's got to be soon. Yeah. So
It's got to be close. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw they
Um,
charged for shipping, so it's probably.
Oh, they
pretty
did.
in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That
thought
means
I
it's
saw
gotta
their
be
update.
soon.
They said it was done and it was going to the
Yeah.
to the printers, but yeah. So yeah. So three, my number three, and the only reason this isn't number two is because it's a me pick, and it's a game for me, and I don't know if it's for everybody. Although it should be. I guess that doesn't matter, but that's why it's number three. But that's Neon Lords of the Toxic Wasteland. It's gonzo, it's post-apocalyptic, it's old video gamey stuff. I mean, this is everything that I just love. And the art is just, look at that. That's fantastic. And there's just a ton of cool stuff in here. The Brudicorn as a class, and it's just all it definitely like has the Sega Genesis vibes, and all of that, and I just really like it. And Brian's a great dude, and yeah, that's it's a fun game. Check it out. It's like, I think you can get the PDF pretty cheap. I think the hardcover book is $25, something like that. So yeah. And he was at CNY this year, and he'll probably be back next year.
And
So
his
you can sign
tables
those
were
copies.
just having a blast with that game, man. And they were
Yeah.
loud.
Yeah. And I
Excited.
I played in one of his games, not at CNY, at another convention, and it's just a blast. He's fun to play with.
Yeah.
And just, it's just gonzo crazy stuff. And he's more than willing to, you say, hey, can I, jump up on this, pallet of cigarettes and, come flying down and do this. And he's like, oh yeah, sure. Let's do it. He's all into doing that stuff. So,
Nice.
so yeah, it's fun. It's a great game. So that's my number three. So Stan, we had number two already.
So it happens when you have
I think
three
so.
guys for the first hour.
Yeah.
Goes
Yeah.
quick.
Sorry.
No,
That's-
you're good.
That's what she said.
You're good.
Again, toss up, not really numbered, but
Yeah.
I have
Stan didn't number his, so this is really number 4. We don't
Hey.
know. Yeah, Tales of Argosa.
this-
Yeah.
So this is Tales of Argosa
pick,
is like
yeah.
one of the very few I had the PDF first, and I rarely ever read PDFs, and I just was bored one day and started reading it, and I just kept reading it and kept reading it. I really liked it. So I ended up ordering the physical copy of the book, and yeah, it has a lot of things in it that for mechanically wise, I just really think are cool. Like it's very like sword and sorcery, grim. Not superheroes. I mean, you have very low hit points. You
Yeah.
only get like a couple every level, I think, when you level up. And the magic system is very cool because there's, you can cast spells. It's just not a copy of like the D&D magic. It's like there's consequences sometimes to casting spells. If you misfire a spell and all of a sudden you got a tentacle growing out of your arm, well, sucks to be you. Figure that stuff out. But yeah, it's really cool. I bought this, and there's, I don't know, 3 or 4 adventures for it on drive-through. I grabbed those. There's it has a solo play system, which that isn't so much my thing, but there's what they call oracle cards for like your random hex crawl encounters. You can use those. There's a dice that you can get, which I have, and then they just came out with a NPC deck that you can get through drive-through, and I do have that, and you could use that for any game really, but it's really cool. So you pull a card and it gives you a portrait and some I think it has random ways to generate like traits and stuff, descriptors and stuff like that. It's pretty neat. So, and then there's a Kickstarter coming hopefully before the end of the year.
Yeah, and that's
Or-
the setting box set.
Argosa Emergent Play Sandbox.
Yeah,
Maybe.
he's
Right.
doing the setting.
Mm.
Because the setting is out, like it's for a different system that he wrote before Tales of Argosa.
Yeah.
Tales of Argosa is like the way I understand it is like the polished version of that system that he wrote.
Low fantasy gaming.
Low
or-
fantasy gaming.
Yeah.
The game.
Yeah.
This is a setting is the Midlands.
Midlands, and
Yeah.
he's coming out with a box set, and it's going to be a little bit more refined, and the map looks really good. I've seen sneak previews of that.
Yeah.
Um,
Steve's been posting the box set development on the Discord, and it does look really, really good.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does look good. So I will hopefully back that Kickstarter. Just because I do like it, I like the system a lot. It only goes to level 10, which is
Mhm.
nice. It has like it has really interesting way with monsters that you can make them like you have different levels of monsters, like you have regular monsters, but you can add like, I don't want to call it a template, but it kind of is. Not quite third edition template wise, but you can have like one that's like a mid tier. So you could take any monster, like a goblin, and make him mid tier, and that would give him a little more oomph. Or you can make a goblin and he's like the big bad, and that raises him up. Like he'll always win initiative, or he'll get like different things.
No, it's not the Midlands, Chubby. It's the Midlands.
Midlands.
Yeah.
I hear they're
Yeah,
pretty
so-
mid.
But it
It's
it's a really neat game, I think. Got a lot of random tables for different environments, exploration rules.
These are the Midlands.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that
cool.
was,
I've heard good stuff about that too.
Yeah, I've heard good stuff. I've looked at getting that actually.
Midlands is great. I've played that because it's
Yeah.
I used to play a shitload of Swords and Wizardry, and it's a fantastic Swords and Wizardry setting. Very dark. Edwin Nagy and Glenn Seal and what the hell's his name? Sorry.
Yeah, and
Mark
you guys
Bowman.
know me, and anything that's labeled as emergent gameplay sandbox. I mean, I'm all in on that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can't help that. You
can't
know.
help yourself.
So, but yeah, and that Kickstarter looks really really good. So I can't
Yeah.
wait till that drops.
The box set
So I
looks
can back
great.
it.
Yeah, the box looks badass. Like,
I'm gonna have
Have
to
some
find a way to
Grayscale buy it.
display all my box sets somehow.
I
But
don't have it. Well, no, I don't have that.
you know, Dan, what we got? Your number 2?
Number 2. Does it have to be a game? Can it be a setting? I have a backup.
Boy.
Is it-
So-
Boy.
What do you
there
think,
was little
Roger?
definition.
So
Well-
I didn't say this, but in my list of exclusions, I have a bullet for settings, modules, etc. that aren't system specific. I really just focused on systems.
Okay, then I will
Yeah,
focus
because-
on
That's
Be-
what I
that
did too,
doesn't
with
doesn't
the
mean
game.
you have
because
to do that.
settings can be
Yeah.
a completely different video.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, my issue was like I think my list would have been dominated by system agnostic OSR systems and modules if I didn't make that exclusion, and that felt weird. It didn't feel like that was in the spirit of what we were trying to do.
This is
Yeah.
why I grabbed extras.
So I said indie games, and I didn't really define it, and said you kind of define it yourself.
You even left it in the description as Roger didn't provide many instructions, which I thought was
Yes.
funny. Because I went and checked what the instructions were in the description this morning just
Yeah.
to see if I had
Yeah.
missed anything.
I kind of
So,
left it because I knew we were going to talk about like what does indie mean, and there was going to be different
Yeah.
definitions
and
all
systems
that,
could,
and,
or I'm sorry,
you know.
settings could totally be another video. 'cause it's
settings
what
can be
settings
another
Oh,
show.
yeah.
I think we
Yeah.
could do that. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So,
definitely.
so spoiler alert in the future.
Yeah, we'll definitely
since
do
it's
top 5 settings. Yeah.
Number 2, and once again, this isn't really in any particular order.
Yeah.
But James Spawn has a system called the Trinity system. This is Devil's Due. He kind of
Okay.
describes it as like a Bloodborne style world. So, but there's only 3 stats. There's brawn, alacrity, and psyche. You determine what your stats are by rolling 2d6. One of them
Okay.
is a positive, one's a negative. So you subtract the negative from the positive, and that's your stat value. And so your stats can be from -5 to +5. And then it's all D20
Okay.
checks against the stat. So it's interesting. The whole like gothic horror kind of thing, and just the oversimplicity on it. Honestly, the reason it's on my list is I think I could get my wife to play it. So seems like a good enough reason to me to
Yeah.
include it on my list.
Yeah, and that's important too, right? Like,
Yeah.
you wanna you wanna try and promote games that people are actually gonna want to play
Well,
with you.
Right. And like when she's not reading terrible urban fantasy smut, she'll like read like, gothic horror type stuff like that, where the werewolves are just enemies instead of, the love interest.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so it's like I said, it's a D20 versus a difficulty class, 3 attributes. They're from -5 to +5. Seems like a very, very straightforward system. But yeah, and that's actually also why Easy D6 is on the list. I'm sure I could get my wife or my niece to play that as well. So
Yeah.
but yeah, so the 4th item on the
Cool.
list is Devil's Due.
Cool. Matt, what do you got for number 2?
All right. So my number 2 is Vaults of Arn.
Yeah.
This is the first edition omnibus deluxe that Games Omnivorous put out, which again they didn't make enough copies of and couldn't keep in print.
Yep.
There is he
can't
originally
find them
released
right
it
now.
as he is the second edition is
Second edition's coming, yeah.
Is on its way. Yeah.
is on its way. And if you're again as Patreon, you can get sneak peeks of all that stuff. It looks pretty cool.
It does.
Yeah. So then he did a 4th zine, which is about the different setting, which is the Wall, and then he has Pariahs of Varn. So there's some third-party stuff out for this too. Most of it's just online, but there are some print things as well. So, and on his Patreon, he has additional content also. So there's actually a pretty decent amount of stuff out for Varn. I like Varn a lot. It just clicks for me. I think the rules are straightforward, but they have just enough depth. I think a little bit more depth than like Morkborg or Knave or the original Into the Odd. There's a little bit more to it than that. And I also like that you could very easily ingest material from other similar kind of settings, Gamma World, MCC, maybe even Fallout, stuff like that. It'll blend right in. It's that kind of sci-fi fantasy mix. There's something about this game that I really like. I think I've mentioned before, it's one of the few games where I could, sit there and just roll up characters and have a good time, just seeing what kind of weirdos you make if you roll up a party of 5 characters. And they have the way the tables are set up, there's interesting linkages that happen between the different options that come out, so the party feels like there's things that are connecting them. It's not just a bunch of random stuff. So I like the game a lot. So that's Vaults of Arn.
Yeah, it's good stuff. The only reason that's not on my list is because I'm waiting for the second edition to come out, so it'll show up on my list next year.
Yeah.
But I ran some of the second edition stuff for some kids, my daughter and some of her friends and stuff. And yeah, Matt, and we did it at the table, with you, my daughter, myself, Jason, and just rolling up characters is a blast because there's so many different things. And there's only like 5 or 6 or whatever different, I guess races, akin. I don't know what they call them, but they're so different. And then even internal on their own tables, you just get different stuff. And one of the ones that's newer for the second edition, I think, because I don't remember it in your game, is like the rock creature there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they were in the first edition one, but like you get like a boatload of dice for hit points at level 1. Like everybody else gets like 1 die and you get like 7 or something, but those are your hit points forever and you can't be healed. Like you get hit and it's like pieces of rock chip off of you and you lose those hit points like permanently. Like there's no way to get them back. So everybody else has like, 3 or 4 hit points and you've got like, 30 hit points or something, but like, that's it. You keep like once they're gone, they're gone. You're dead. It's just really,
cool.
really interesting to me.
There's 3 other classes in the 4th zine. Also, there's like a harpy that has hollow bones, and there's like a gaseous floating thing. So yeah, there's definitely not going to be a lack of interesting options in the game. That's for sure.
Yeah. So. And all the stuff that's in there, like the different areas and things, it really feels like a sandbox and you can kind of go anywhere and it's really easy to run and just kind of pick up and do what you want with it. And the players can kind of go and not feel railroaded to do stuff. And there's enough of the world that's fleshed out that has different things going on. And yeah, so it's really cool. And it falls in line with that stuff where, that I like, that's a little gonzo post-apocalyptic kind of
It
thing where
is.
there's just crazy stuff going on. And yeah. And
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those
good stuff.
games where there's powers and stuff that they're not really like rules defined, where it's like you have a mind control orb, and it's like yeah, what does that mean? Like, you as the person running the game
Yeah.
sort of have to define how that works. So as long as you're okay with that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Matt, it looks like Mr. Blobface was in one of your games.
Yeah, that was the Font of Illustrious Flesh. I think that one was
Nice.
from the.
Does he actually have a blah face, or
It's a pretty normal face, I think.
you it's not blah?
Got all the normal face parts. Yeah.
Just checking. Just checking. You know what I mean? Sometimes, sometimes there's a lot in the name,
Yep.
My number 2 has been mentioned already. And I don't have a hardcover I don't have a book. I don't have a hard copy of it. I just have
do
a
I need
handful of the PDFs.
Do I need a Vanna White Easy
No, I
D6
was
for you?
prepared. Look at
Oh,
that.
okay. Yeah, they don't need to see me
Oh,
anyway.
I got
Understand?
You got the thing. Easy D6. Look, the system here is there's a ton of different systems. The normal core book, you could do a bunch with that. There's a post-apocalyptic one.
That's the one I'm actually the
um,
most interested in.
That's really, really cool. Yeah, because I'm into that. There's a handful of different genres that are that you can use, and they're really simple. You know what I mean? You're just picking talents basically. I forget what they call them, right? But you have your stats, and then you pick 2. I don't even know what they call them. They're like talents or whatever, and then you're like specials, and then and it's just really, really easy to create characters and to just play. It's easy D6. That's what it is. So there's a Star Wars version on PDF. Yeah, space. Yeah, there's a ton of stuff, and it's just really easy. And I think you can, even with just the core book, like walking around, like you could, any game you want, you can play with just that, and I think it makes it really really easy and nice to have, so that's my number 2. So down to number 1. You guys are going to hate mine. Stan, what do you got? Maybe not. Paul will hate it. Well, maybe not. I don't know, but probably.
Paul hates everything that if it has a D20 that gets used, Paul just doesn't like it.
Yeah. It's like a reflex.
Yeah.
Stan, what do you got? What is that?
Yes!
Whoop. Where's the sign, Dan? He's got it.
Yeah, I figured it'd be on there.
Hyperborea.
Yeah, can't say enough good things about Hyperborea. Great game, great. The system's really good. Obviously, it's familiar, but it's been reworked a little bit, and setting's great. The quality of the books is great. Jeff Talanian's a really cool guy as well.
Yeah.
Got a chance to play and hang out with him a little bit in the past, and he's a really good dude. And I just can't say enough good things about Hyperborea. And I've literally played the game 3 times and run it once, and I'm like a huge fan. Like I've played many more games like longer that I'm still like on the fence about. Like, I don't know,
Yeah.
That's a really good game.
Yeah.
I'm still miffed he changed the name.
Well,
Yeah.
I like Astonishing
I like
Swordsman.
both.
Swordsman was a Hyperborea.
So I did tell Roger, since I was going to be late, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to make it at all. He was like, "Did you have a good list?" And I was like, "Yeah, I had 4 games. Like the 4th game was going to be Hyperborea First Edition. The 3rd game was going to be Hyperborea Second Edition. The second game was going to be Hyperborea 3rd Edition, the first print, and then the best game was going to be Hyperborea 3rd Edition, the 2025 errata." So, but I did not do that, Roger.
Fantastic. What'd you do instead?
Well,
God.
I'll grab my Hyperborea. No, I'm kidding. Actually, I don't have Hyperborea on my list. This is a game called Oathhammer. It's by Kyle Griswold. It is a Broken Blade Publishing. It is a D6 pool system. For it's D6s only. But when you're basically the DM will give you a number of successes you need. It could range from 1 to 5, and there's 3 different colors of dice. There's white, which succeed on a 4 or higher, red that succeed on a 3 or higher, and black that succeed on a 2 or higher. So certain abilities or items that you get might turn a white die. Like everybody starts off with white as the base die, but you might have like a class feature or a skill or an ability or an item that maybe turns like white dice into black dice, so they succeed more.
Yeah.
But it's also cool because the 6s explode, so you can potentially get multiple successes on one die,
That's interesting.
which I think is really cool. And like the entire like setting is cool because basically you're all a bunch of dwarves. Your dwarven homeland has been lost, and you're putting together a company to get your freaking home back. So like that's cool too, because if you're going to play a game that has non-humans in it, the only acceptable race is dwarves, as far as I'm concerned. Elves are
Yeah,
trash,
I mean-
or halflings.
Yeah,
But
I agree.
yeah, but like the art's really cool in it. There's some interesting monsters. There's D66 tables for like critical injuries, which I think is cool. I like D66 tables; they're fun. But yeah, it's just a really interesting game. It's different. I don't think you roll D20s at all, so Paul might even like it. And
No D20s. You don't even need to mount on the table.
It's just D6s, which is cool. So, but yeah, so it's called Oathhammer by Broken Blade Publishing, and I would really like to get it to the table like soon because I think it's a really cool and interesting game.
Yeah,
So
it sounds cool. It almost I hesitate to say this because people get mad at me, but it almost sounds like this, like they tried to emulate the dice mechanism in like the Fantasy Flight Star Wars, or like the Genesis system, where I mean I know those you go from like a you have the standard D8s and then they get upgraded to D12s. But like I think it's sort of doing the same thing by like your certain skills, and you
By-
upgrade certain dice
by
And you
reducing the difficulty, the success barrier or threshold.
So I think that's interesting with the different dice. And you probably get used to that if it's just 3 different colors of dice.
yeah, just 3 different colors of dice.
So yeah, that's actually kind of neat.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd love to give that a try sometime.
Yeah, that's
Check it
it's
out.
definitely one that I think would be best played in person. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
A
yeah.
VTT implementation for it, but that's one of the it's on the very short list to get the boys over for a Saturday of drinks and talking like dwarves and having a good time.
Yeah.
So
yeah, drinks and math rocks. That's the
hell
it's
yeah,
always a good time.
it's the way to go. Order pizza.
Matt, Paul says take the D20s and throw them out the window.
See, I told you.
I'm considering making my game either D6 pool or D20 pool. So I don't know. I was leaning D20 pool because I like
There's a lot of
D20s.
D20s.
But yeah,
like
that's
D12s.
the only issue.
You've
Yeah,
heard of
I
2D20, yes, but what about 4D20?
No, I'm gonna have
And
like a
D20.
D20 dice pool because that'd be fun. It'd be fun to just roll a handful
Do
of D20s.
D20 dice pool, but make it
You
so
know?
the rules say you have to use those solid brass ones that Joe Block was selling.
Yes.
CNY.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I feel like D20 is also the die that rolls off the table the most. So I'm picturing
Yeah.
someone rolling 8 of those and 4 of them go off the table.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if they go off the table, they're automatic misses.
Yeah. There you go.
It's a way to
Automatic
sell
critical
dice
failure.
trays. Yeah.
You know.
Branded
or
dice
you just
trays.
sell dice trays. Yeah. There you go.
20 D20.
Yeah. There you go. That's fantastic. It's a good way to do it.
Cool.
Yeah. D12s. Maybe D12s
Stephen
the way to
Kennedy
do
is
it.
correct.
I don't know. We'll see.
Reclaim the D12 in its glory
We'll
from
see.
lame systems like Daggerheart that stole it.
Maybe. Okay. Yeah.
All
I
right.
know.
Challenge accepted. So,
So-
my
Yeah.
my number 1 is Mythic Bastion Land, which
Yeah.
rolls D12s and D6s. So there you go. We've talked about this game a little bit before. I just for funsies, I just opened to a random page. I'm
Yeah.
gonna read you a little bit about this
Yeah.
random
It's
page.
so
So this
cool.
is the Glass Knight.
Story time with
Revealer
Matt.
revealer of all secrets in stark judgmental light. In cold and sharpened heart lies no deceitful spite. By the way, every page that so it's D6, it's a D66. There's a myth and a knight, and they all have like a 2-line piece of poetry like that. So the Glass Knight has a 2-pronged pike, which is a D10 weapon. They have a witching needle, which is a 6-inch spike, can be stuck into any material and cannot be removed by anybody but you or a seer. So it's like a little mini
wow.
Excalibur.
Cool.
You have a chestnut steed that is hated by spiders and hates them back. Your ability, Touch of Glass, you can see through any surface that you place your hand upon. And your passion is curiosity. You can restore spirit when looking somewhere you really shouldn't. And then the Glass Knight is knighted by the Blossom Seer, who is a woman with an uncertain number of limbs draped in white silk. Petals of pale skin occasionally fall to the ground. She sees the present in intense detail and knows she is only here for a matter of days and wants to do as much good as possible in that time and returns next year. And that's your character. Like, there's so much cool stuff baked into just that little bit. And there's 72 of these. It's such a cool game.
You're going to make me want this game.
Every time I read through it, it's just one of those things where you're like, there's so much in here and it's so cool. I want to play this game so badly. So that's my number one, Mythic Bastionland.
Very cool.
Would you rather run it or play it?
I would do either. I mean, I'm always happy to play stuff because I don't get to play as much. The person who runs this game gets to do something nobody else gets to do. You got to spend a couple hours setting up the world in advance. But like you get to kind of have a little mini game of building out the whole sandbox that your players are going to be playing in for however many sessions you play. So
how many times have you done that for fun?
I've done it a couple times. Yeah, it's fun. It's cool.
Yeah, I bet.
It's a good way to interact with the book
stuff,
without actually running it. I like it a lot.
Magic items are just +1 and +5. Yeah, even I get sick of that. I mean, I hate having even if it's a +1 sword, like I hate handing somebody a thing and just saying, "Oh, this is a +1 sword." Like, name it. Give it a name. Give it a. I mean, I know they try to do that with like Shadow Dark, where there's like the thing where it's like, oh, there's a good thing and it can have a bad thing, as well, or something. And like some of my players didn't take to that. They're like, oh, this thing's useless because it makes me afraid of water. I'm like, dude, it's a +2 sword. Like, who cares? Don't go near the shore. You know what I mean? Like,
you ever see there's that book, what is it, the Vorpal Almanac?
That's
like
what I'm looking for.
Yeah. I have it downstairs. That's a cool book. Yeah, if you want a cool book of magic swords.
Yeah. No, I mean, I definitely think that that's a better way to do it than having, just a +1 weapon, a +2, so, names and have it feel unique or have it be sentient or whatever, I think is really cool.
Yeah.
So, all right. So my number one, I chose this for a handful of reasons. I wanted something that, that was indie that people could get into. Yeah. Even agile. No, I don't think everybody's going to hate it. I just think it's people I don't know. Maybe they are expecting it.
Oh, it's this little game you've never heard of called Dungeons and Dragons.
4th edition.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Paul but it has a downside. And it'd be perfect when I role play. Yeah, I'll talk about that. I'll get back to you in a minute, Dan. But it's not Dungeons and Dragons, but I considered it. But we'll talk about that. No, look. So I put Basic Fantasy.
Hey, okay.
RPG as my number one. So the reason, like, it's basic D&D, right? But it's and I put that on here over White Box because even though this is $10 and White Box is $5 to buy the copies, hard copy, all this stuff is free on the website. And there's a ton of stuff on the website. That's a ton of you could run campaigns with this stuff for years with just the free stuff, or it's like $10 for the for the book.
Also, it has the best equipment book of I think any game.
It's great equipment.
The equipment emporium or whatever it's called. Yeah,
yeah,
it's so good.
And it's all free, and everybody kind of the the whole community puts in stuff to it and makes stuff for it, that it becomes official, and they got a whole Chris Gonerin has a whole thing set up of how it gets put into stuff and all of that. Yeah, I know. So I just think it's a great game. It's cheap. It's easy to get into, especially for like new players and things like that. So you could play a long campaign with it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
So
that's a good
why
that's a
number one.
that's a strong comment though. Your number one game is a free version of the game colloquially known as the world's most popular
Yeah.
role-playing game when people
Yeah.
are trying to dodge the trademark.
I know. No, I know. And that's why I figured people would hate it.
I think it's a good choice.
I think
You're right, though.
I think it's a good
free.
pick because of how accessible it is. Specifically.
yeah,
agreed.
and that
Yeah.
was my thing, right? Like accessibility.
And,
was
and as
good.
much as Paul might hate it,
You know.
it is a tried and true, damn
Yeah.
fine role playing game.
So I mean that's that's the only reason why that's number one. And I've bought tons of copies of the books when they were like $8, right? And I've given them out for free. I've
Yeah.
put them in basket raffles. You know, I've coupled that with a battle map and like a handful of dice. I mean, I've given them out to kids and things like that, and I could do that easily.
Right.
You know, with that stuff. And if you want more, you know, you could just go to the site and get, you know, as much as you want. It's there. It's all free. So like I said, that's why those are the reasons why it's number one on my list until I make something that's you know, my D20 dice pool system, and then I'll put that
Excellent.
at the top, and I'll
You're-
put that
you're-
out
Your
And,
brass.
and all that. Yeah, I know. I know you do.
You should just call your system brass balls.
Yeah, you have to use brass D12s. So yeah.
Yeah. Feel better, Agile.
Yeah, Agile, feel better. Feel better. You know, don't be playing with the Vorpal swords. You know, but yeah. Yeah, I know. That's okay, Paul. So yeah, that's my list. So man, I had a hard time going through the list. Like, I had a basic fantasy for me. I think I always knew I was going to put, you know, number one on the list. I had trouble deciding like whether Pirate Borg was indie
Yeah.
or not. I'm like, I don't know. Like, I mean, Limithron's pretty small. It's basically just a couple people, right?
Yeah.
But
Yes, but does a regular indie publisher bring a freaking whole pirate ship to conventions for their booth?
right. That's the bigger they're well known, you know.
I'm
Yeah,
booth
I don't-
shaming, I guess.
No, I get it. You know, I mean, you know, Blacklight, Vaults of Varn was on my short list.
Yeah, the other one I had on my short list was Yoon Suin, actually.
So setting, yeah, put
Yeah,
that in your-
but
put that-
like that's a setting, not a.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like I think that'd be a great list because I would have a really hard time getting down.
Yeah,
to
so would I.
5. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I mean, I my 1 through 5 was easy, Roger. The 6 through 10 I've monkeyed with a lot, and then I have honorable mentions beyond that. I mean, I don't know if you guys have like a 6 through 10 if you want to
I don't.
talk about those. But
I don't have like a 6 through 10. I got a pile of index cards that don't have an order to them. But no, I mean, yeah, I mean, we can talk about all of them. We got time.
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, I named a couple if you want to go through them or whatever.
yeah, I mean, I'll do a couple. We could just go around, I guess.
I'll grab a few.
Yeah. So here's hold on. Grab this. All right. So this was one that was number 6-ish is Swivers. You guys know
Yeah.
Swivers? Yeah, so Swivers is put out by Melsonian, so the guys that do Troika, so that's pretty indie, solidly indie. The coolest thing about this book by far is the magic system, and I think we've talked about it before. The conceit of it is that kind of like Blades in the Dark, you're all thieves. You're just different versions of thieves. So like different subclasses but you're all thieves. It's also super British. So you got to kind of be okay with that. Like it's as British as a product can be. But it's a cool game. It's got some neat art, and the magic system is blackjack. So literally you're playing blackjack with cards, I think you're trying to get. I think it's 17 to 21. I think on 21 you get like a crit, and then if you bust, you get a fumble. So starting out, it feels a little bit random, but as your character levels up, you get powers like spell ingredients, which let you manipulate the card deck. So you can like tutor through the deck for a specific card. So like if you're on 16, you can actually tutor out of 5 or whatever. Like you can also the suits will start to impact the result of spells too as you power up. So I think that's really cool and different. And the starting adventure that comes in this, I got to play, and it's really good. So
Cool.
The Swivers, and again, the red, black, and white. I don't know what it is about. Something about this is just grabs my attention.
That color scheme just does it for you, huh?
Yeah, and then the other one, which I would not want to run this. Someone would have to run this for me. Is Mutants in the Now? You guys know Mutants in the Now?
No.
Mm-mm.
Really? So Mutants in the Now is basically a deconstruction of Palladium's TMNT.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So it's a sort of OSR version of TMNT, but it's got like 50% of the Palladium system in here, which is still like 6 times the amount of system that I would want to deal with.
Yeah.
There's three you got 3 books out for it now, plus some adventures. So it's pretty well supported. Most of the Now, which is the core book, is mostly character creation. I mean, I feel like it would take an hour to make a character in this game.
Yeah.
It kind of, I mean, Turtles took a long time to make a character too.
Yeah.
Because there's so much stuff. Like not only do you have a lot of attributes, but you also have to roll your like what animal, and then also your fighting style, and all of those things can manipulate your attributes. The worse you roll, the more goop points you get to like mutate and unlock additional abilities. And those can also go back and change your stats. So it's like a 9-step process for character creation. Like I said, I'd love to play this. I feel like just reading it, my brain starts to break just thinking about like how I would even run this game. I feel like maybe if somebody ran it for me, I could wrap my brain around it. But if you like the old TMNT game at all, like that's what this is. It's an update of that. So
The issue with I don't know if you notice, these guys in the chat are still, they're Edgelord and Paul are still hating on my choice.
You did call it that they were going to hate your choice.
Yeah, they're calling it. And well, Matt, at least Matt's not a D&D basic bitch. Thanks, guys. But yeah, that's the thing with like the Palladium games. Is
oh my god, the system is just incomprehensible.
Everything everything is so fractured with like in different classes and stuff, and you got to reference different things, go back and forth, and the skills, and just trying to figure all that stuff out. It definitely takes a while. And like we did, we Heroes Unlimited, right? Is the superhero one? Like we did that, and we like did a one shot, and it was like we sort of did some of the character creation ahead of time, but then we were still trying to finalize stuff and like that. And we spent like an hour doing character creation, and like by the time we got to play, it was I don't know, it just felt fiddly, and so yeah, it was just. I don't know. Like I feel if you're gonna do a longer campaign or whatever, it's probably fine.
It's not a one-shot system at all. Yeah,
right. Because I remember playing, TMNT, but I mean that was a long time ago. You know what I mean? I think we skipped over stuff and just
Even the initiative roll in this game is initiative. You're D20 plus a stat plus another stat. Like what? Really? Like what? Why?
Yeah.
It's just so the whole game does kind of feel like that. It's not as bad as Palladium. Basically, his design. He said my design philosophy was this should be an easy game to make because all I have to do is take the Palladium system and take shit out of it. Right. So that's kind of what they did. Is like they tried to unify systems and then they took stuff out. So it's cool. It's a fun read. If you like the old TMNT game, you like this one.
I'll have to look at it and maybe it's maybe it'll be cool and maybe I'll run it. Paul, here's a fun fact that you don't want to know. Basic Fantasy has no alignment. They just don't use it. I'm sure you were dying to know that.
I agree with
So-
Paul. Savage Rifts is pretty sweet, and it's the best version of Rifts because Rifts as it exists from Palladium is terrible.
Yeah, so that's weird. It's weird to me that they that Savage Worlds is like a universal system, like that they've ported other systems to, like other
It's-
games have.
It's the
It's weird
GURPS
to
of
me.
today. That's all.
It's the
Well,
best
it's just
version
weird
of
that they've-
Pathfinder.
It's well, that's what I'm saying though. It's weird that like officially like companies are like
Yeah.
have supported like, you know, like it's weird to me that Pathfinder supports supports
The salt is
you know,
flowing
you
from
know, that
Paul
stuff,
and
yeah.
chat. Jesus.
Paul. No, I know. I get it.
So since
mean, you
Matt,
know.
Matt mentioned black, white, and
Yeah.
red art, I know I missed
Yeah.
like the first 50 minutes. Was this brought up?
Yes, that's my
Yeah.
number 5.
It's a
This
mess
is
up,
my number 6.
Yeah,
So
it's awesome.
all right. Yeah. It looks very, very cool. The setting's very cool. It uses D20, so Paul hates it.
I like it though. The saving throws in this game, Roger. Have you read the rules for that?
I skimmed
Castle
through it.
Raiders?
That's it. Yeah.
The saving throw is a D10, and you
Yeah.
on a 10 you or better you pass.
Mhm.
So like
Yeah, okay.
you know, it's all about modifiers, and like when you start out, like if you're rolling saving throws, chances are you're in a lot of trouble. So
Sure.
yeah, and like
Yeah.
I think it's the same on the skill checks, right? It's a D6, and on a 6 you pass.
Yep.
So
Something like
it's
that.
a
Yeah.
pretty simple system. I like it though. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Just want me to fire off mine real quick, Roger.
Yeah, sure. No, do it.
So I got another like OD&D style clones beneath the sunken
Yeah.
catacombs. It's like $10. It's
All right. I'm
It's
going
a
to
fun
tell you my
game.
beef. I'm going to tell you my beef with that book.
No, I know your beef. Your beef is right here. You see how this is upside down? Here, store it like this. I get it. I understand your beef. It bothers me too. It's like a European thing or something. They print
It
this
is a
shit
European
upside
thing.
down. It's weird. I guess they all walk around like this. I don't get it, but yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
it's a very cool streamlined like OD&D style system. I like how they do you can modify the classes, like you get a core set of abilities for a class, and then you have variants for that class where it's like, oh, you lose one ability but you gain this ability and that sort of thing. It's cool. I think it's interesting, and it's interesting and cool, and I said that twice because it's been a long day. I've had a lot of dumb calls with stupid people.
Have you guys ever looked at Old Sword Rain?
Yes, I have that over there. It's like an OSR.
I've only looked at it.
5e.
My cousin had it. I thought that was pretty interesting. I mean, you know,
It's
if you're
interesting.
looking to get off 5e, and you can get it for like $5 on
It's
Amazon. It's super
Yeah.
cheap.
it's super cheap, and I know Joe the lawyer is going to do a OSR-ified 5e. I wonder if he's ever read Old Swords Rain.
Oh, I don't
Yeah.
know, but I'll probably see what that looks like in another month.
Did any of the Kevin Crawford books come up?
No.
Well,
Well,
they're on my short list.
briefly in
Yeah.
discussion, but not on somebody's list.
Okay. He's got one about
Oh, what
Dark-
was it
Dark-
called?
Oh yeah, Wolves of God. Wow, you got the cool one.
Dark
Yeah,
Ages.
that's
Dark Ages England. So
Oh
this-
yeah,
yeah.
I don't
This
have that
I think
one.
would be really
Um,
really cool to play.
Mhm.
Stars Without Number would be on mine. That's somewhere down, lower down on my list.
Yeah, there's like I have a general sense of I should play the Kevin Crawford games because I steal so much stuff from the book that's not the actual game. So, Kobolds Ate My Baby. All hail King
Oh.
Torg.
Just a fun game.
Fun beer and pretzels game. You know, nothing too crazy. I played it before, but I think it's fun.
I didn't put the Crawford. So the Crawford books to me are interesting because they have a system and it's functional. So they are games. I still kind of view them more as probably unfairly as kind of system agnostic content
Yeah.
generators for the genre that they're in, which I
Yeah.
know isn't really fair because they do obviously have games attached to them.
But the
and
generators
you-
are so good.
Well, right. To
They
me,
are,
it's
yeah.
kind of like Knave. Like I'm never going to play the game Knave. But
No,
but
but
I'm
when you need a table,
but I'd use the tables. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't mean that as like a slight against those books. I have them all. They're awesome. It just wasn't when I was thinking of like the best games. To me, the game is not the best part of any of those books.
Yeah.
No.
And then last but certainly not least, Mouse
Oh,
Rider.
good choice. Yeah. Mouse
Yeah.
Rider.
So
Yeah.
that was also on the very, very short list. I was having trouble narrowing it down to 5. The 3 I knew for sure I wanted on my list were Oathhammer, Ambition and Avarice, and Easy D6. So those were
They're
pretty
too-
much my top
Paul-
3.
Paul, so they're too professional to be true India. You're talking about Crawford?
Yeah, I mean they
That-
use
Yeah. The
numbers,
without
yeah.
numbers, not Knave.
Yeah, I mean they
nothing
use
special
public
there, yeah.
domain art and stuff like that. I don't know.
Sure.
But this one would have made my list if the Kickstarter wasn't 2 years late. Just Fist.
Yeah.
So yeah, out of protest, they got booted into the honorable mentions.
Yeah,
Fist is really cool though. Originally, I wasn't that interested in it because I heard it was powered by the Apocalypse, but it's really not. It's 2d6 with degrees of success, but there's no moves. So the whole moves and playbook thing from PBTA it doesn't have. So to me, it's not really powered by the Apocalypse. It's just a 2d6 system with degrees of success. But like this is a really cool Metal Gear Solid Cold War. It's like spies, but also batshit insane. Like you roll like a roll and powers, and like one of the traits can be that you're a cannibal. So like you could literally can eat like humans to regain hit points. And then you can also do an intimidation roll, which is based on the number of corpses you've eaten during that session.
Cool.
And then your weapon is a
Nom nom.
chainsaw, because of course it is, because you're a cannibal. But like it's so random. Like you could be a cannibal like accountant in like a spy movie. And it's just like, what is going on in this game? It's really off the wall, but it's really cool. I like it a lot. But they need to get their shit together and put their fucking game out because they're 2 years late. I paid for this game 3 years ago and I'm getting frustrated. So
Jeez,
Clearly.
off
that's
booted
terrible.
booted out of the top.
I hate
10
that
because of
stuff. Yeah. We gotta. I got a support group for that.
I think I'm willing to bet Roger's got a list of unfulfilled Kickstarters because he's backed so many longer
Has
than
to.
most people have just Kickstarters they've backed.
Stop. I'm not
period.
gonna. I'm not gonna let you get me angry. I'm not gonna let you or Paul get me angry today.
I'm not trying to get you angry. It was just a thought.
Besides, Paul says he was kidding about Kevin, so I'm sure he was also kidding about all the horrible things he said about me too. Right, Paul? Chubby says most people have no idea how much goes into making a book. They look at a book and go, "This game doesn't have X," but they don't multiply it out. Everything else. See a list and parts. Actually, building a complete game is very hard for an individual to do. It's much easier to have a corpo team.
I see
I just don't know.
LOTFP there.
I have this. Yeah. The thing is, the reason why I'm so interested in playing it is more about some of the specific supplements like these guys, which are awesome and amazing, and a little bit less about the game itself. So I didn't crack my top 5, but I mean, Nebulith is an amazing book, and True Relation is just ridiculously cool. So, but you don't necessarily need to use Lamentations to run those. You could use Basic Fantasy or any other BX game that you want. So,
I pray that D&D pick is the worst thing you do in the history of this channel, Roger.
Yeah. Wow.
Damn.
it's getting pretty dark.
Wow. Oh boy.
Yikes.
Wow.
The people have spoken. You done gone goofed.
Well, a person anyway.
Well, Edgelord was there with him.
That's true.
Okay, Paul, I just ask one thing. Just don't unsubscribe. I need the subs, man. I got to beat Jeff. Just,
We need to be Jeff.
we need to beat Jeff. Need to beat Jeff to 500. All right. That's it.
What else was on your list, Roger? You had
Look,
some
so
stuff.
So there's 3. It's a dark day. Jesus. Oh my God. You guys, come on.
Savage.
I'm gonna name 3 of them that are all they're all D20, so we can get these out of the way and move on. No, I had Barrows and Borderlands, and Wasted Lands, Jason Bay, and Shadow City, Chubby Funster, Shadow City. I like Shadow City. I really like the way that he does his the city generation. on the tables and with the dice and the hexes and all of that, and then you can go through each hex and you can roll on those sub tables and figure out what's what's in each of those hex, or what like the major landmark is in each hex. And I think it's a real cool way to do it, and I'd love to see that converted, for other things, like medieval stuff and all of that. But yeah, I mean those are three. And Barrows and Borderlands, I think Matt did a really good job at putting that together, and having it have the look and feel of an old school game.
Yeah.
So
I'll give you a couple.
those
other
are my
ones.
D20s. Yeah.
So I got Weird Heroes of Public Access. That's a pretty cool game. If you guys know Weird Heroes of
Yeah,
Public Access.
I've heard of it. I've seen it. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like it's my thing.
Yeah, you play basically TV hosts on a UHF station that are kind of doing kind of Scooby-Doo kind of mystery solving, I guess. It's weird. It's definitely different. There's a cool game I have called 9 Lives to Valhalla. Do you know 9 Lives to Valhalla?
I've heard of it. I don't know anything about it.
So in 9 Lives to Valhalla is like a after humans have gone extinct, the animals have kind of sort of like TMNT animals have taken over the world. So you play cats. Basically, the cat culture is Vikings. So the cats are Vikings. Their arch enemy is dogs, but you can also fight other animals. And the idea of 9 Lives to Valhalla is you have no hit points. If you get hit, you die, and you can come back. You have 9 lives, and once your lives are extinguished, you go to Valhalla as long as you die gloriously in battle. So yeah, it's just Viking cats, kind of a neat little game for one shots. I think it's a pretty cool little zine game. And then there's one excluded because it's not out, but I have played and I really like, is Wandering Blades. Wandering Blades is like an OSR, like martial arts, kung fu kind of game. There's a free preview that's like it's like a full game. It's 65 pages with an introductory module and everything. That Kickstarter is only a few months late, but Wandering Blades definitely a really cool game. I'm excited for that one to come out. So
Cool. Yeah. What Stan, you got anything else that's on
No, not really.
your short list? Dan, you got anything else that's
No, I was just taking a quick pass through. I've got so many that are settings. The one thing I would say is there's a zine game called Primal Quest. It's by Diogo Nogueira. That it's like a stone and sorcery. I don't feel like sifting through my zine stack to find it, but that I'd like to play as well.
I had Dropship. Dropship is on my
those I've both played.
My short lived.
Because mine was like ones I want to play.
Dropship. I played it. It's fine. It's a good space game. It's pretty simple.
Yeah.
Neon Skies. It's lower on the list just because it was on my list of games that I want to play. So Ascendant was on my list. That's the superhero game, superhero physics game, percentile system there. Viking Death Squad I mentioned earlier, but that was on the list. But that's like $50 for a small book, and just I think the setting and stuff is cool. Yeah, right. I know, definitely. But no, I mean it's a cool game. I think it's just it's got cool flavor and stuff to it. I just think it's expensive to get into for what it is,
right?
So and then and I also had Dread that was on my short list.
Dread's on mine too.
Just because that's kind of fun for a one shot. All right, later, Chubby. Thanks for
take it easy, Greg.
Thanks for coming and listening to us. Appreciate it. And Agile says that he gave Shadow Sun a big plug on Bob World Builder's latest video. So yeah,
that article making its rounds is well timed, I would say.
Yeah.
What is this article?
There's an interview that some nerd site did with WotC where they're like, well, guess what? For Dark Sun, there's going to be no slavery because there's different types of oppression, and we're putting this new version of Dark Sun through more sensitivity readers than we have any other product. Yeah.
Not that I had any thought that that was going to be a good product to begin with, because it was made by Watsy. So
Agreed. I was never gonna buy it anyway.
no, absolutely not.
It's just nice to have my suspicions proven right so soon after the announcement.
Yeah. No build up. Don't have to worry about getting around the plastic wrap book because it's going to
Yeah.
be so edgy.
Oh yeah, our lawyer said we got to wrap it in plastic because there's like half of one titty in there probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That
mean,
half giant stole my mule's muffins that he just made, and it was a complete fucking horror show. Fucking losers.
I mean, everybody had to know that was coming, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Oh,
there's,
yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
so you're making me
Yeah.
realize I have no idea where my Primal Quest stuff is, and I'm gonna have to dig around
I
for it.
lost it.
Yeah. This is a cool one. Stay Frosty. You know, Stay
Oh,
Frosty.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard of that. I think I have the PDFs of that.
This is the revised
Yeah.
one they did. It's basically Doom. And then they also made Slipgate Choke Point, which is a modified version of Stay Frosty, which is more like Quake. So if you're more of a Quake guy, you can play that one. Then if you want your TMNT game to be a little more adult oriented, there's Below Dwelling Sewer Mutants. Yeah, that's your Primal Quest. That doesn't help me find mine. So
Some
below
tracking
dwelling
beacon
sewer
on this?
mutants is BDSM, and then there's mutants in large form, or MILF is one of the supplements, and then abomination to mutant or ATM is one of the other ones. So they're little,
I don't
Well,
know if this counts,
Edgy.
but I pulled this off the shelf. I thought this was pretty cool.
yes.
Heart. Yeah, there you go.
I only played it. I played it once. It was my introduction to playing with my friend Brendan, who owns Crossroad Games,
Hard
And,
products.
his home group, and it really like took me kind of out of my comfort zone a little bit.
I'm
didn't,
not
like-
familiar with Heart.
So
Heart.
what was neat about the way we did it is, I don't know how it plays. I mean, I've only played it one time, but we got sent like all these questions to answer, and we were in a group chat, and people were like, they're responding with these long, like detailed, like specific answers, and I was like, I don't know what these people are talking about. Like, I have no frame of reference. I didn't know anything about it, so I sent my friend a private message, and I'm like, hey, is there like a book or anything I can buy? I don't know anything about this setting or nothing. And he was like, oh, just make it up. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, just make it up. And then his wife, who had wrote this crazy stuff, it was fun. She texted me and she's like, oh yeah, I made up all that stuff. Just make up whatever you want. And when we started the game, it was fun because we were in the city, I guess. And I played like a law guy, I think. I don't remember his name or what he did, but we basically started off, we each got to go around the table and basically describe like how our day starts and what we do. And I started off like, I'm like, okay. And then I went first, and it just got weirder and crazier as it went around the table until they were finally done. And I realized my character was the most normal dude at the table. Like, I was like, holy crap, these people. We had one that was like a crazy demented beekeeper woman with the basket head.
The deep apiarist.
Yeah, but then another guy, because she can see through her bees, like the eyes
Yeah,
of her bees.
They're like little drone cameras.
Yeah, one of the guys swallowed one of them.
Yep.
And so he could she could see inside of him because it was still alive, buzzing around, and it was really cool though. We never got back to it. I wish we had, because it was a lot of fun, and I mean it was good enough where I picked up the book because I was like,
Yeah.
oh, this is
the one
really
that
neat, very different exposure to me.
the Vermisian Knight is like the guys who guard the what do you call it, the subway, the damned subway system that they had to shut down because it's
Oh yeah.
yeah.
What did
It's-
it's been a while. It's been a couple years since I played this.
I this is like one of the fancy, but the reason why I brought all this stuff is like Heart is shockingly well supported for such a weird kind of indie game. Like this is the quick start guide. They have an entire campaign book called Dagger in the Heart. I think I told you guys last week or the week before, this was just fulfilled the Ways and Means, which is like additional GM toolkit stuff. And
Oh,
then they
that's-
have like multiple soft cover. Like there's lots of stuff out for this game for like what feels kind of like a pretty obscure kind of niche game. I like it. I think it's really cool. I've played it at maybe 3 Gen Cons or something, and like they were all really, really memorable games. So
Yeah, I only got to play it that one time. We was gonna do more with it, and then it just never happened, unfortunately. Because I did really enjoy it. I was like really pushed like the narrative aspect of it, and just because it was weird. You know, you come from like D&D, and it's a very rigid system. Like everything's kind of laid out for you. And then with this, it was like we're down underneath doing our thing, and I'm like, we need to get up to this thing. And he's like, how do you do it? And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, yeah, how do you do it? And I just explained this thing. He's like, yeah, okay, that works. You go do that. And then I was like, oh, all right. And it was a lot of fun. It really kind of was one of the games, probably this game and having played Call of Cthulhu before was what really kind of got me past the D&D thing. Like, where I was really starting to get interested in like other games.
yeah, I like Heart a lot. That's a good pick. It
The
was on my
art is
sh- it was
awesome
on my
for it too.
Yeah, it was on my short list. I've talked about. I think it was in my list of the games I most want to play.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to put it
Yeah.
on there again. But yeah, Heart and Spire are really cool games.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Spire's the other half. Like Heart's the below
Right,
yeah.
and Spire's above. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's been a while.
Spire's the tower. So that the Drow came upon this huge unoccupied tower and started living there, and then the High Elves came in and subjugate them. So Spire is like a fantasy. It's kind of like the original Dark Sun books. It's like these lower powered Drow are trying to fight back against oppression, even though you know you're not going to be successful. It's just like little incremental things that you can do. And then the heart is what powers everything that's in the tower. It's like this Cthulhian power that sits underneath the spire. And so if you get banished from the spire, you get put underneath. And the closer to the heart you get, the more reality like breaks down. So it's like this hex crawl, dungeon delving, body horror, narrative game. It's definitely different.
Speaking of towers, Paul hates Jenga towers too. No, I
Against
get
fun.
I get what you're saying, Paul, as far as like the Jenga tower being gimmicky. I think it's fine.
It's not
for a
simulating
one-shot.
horror; it's simulating tension.
Yeah,
Mhm.
tension, right. I think it's fine for like a one shot. I think it's good for like people that don't normally play like RPGs or whatever to try and, get it in their fun as band. And I have I have a couple of the Spencer Campbell stuff. I have Rune and I have Slayers. So, but yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah. It seems like the insults against me have finally stopped after half an hour.
I mean, if you want, I can go get Iron Falcon and say that's my real number one, just to mix it up a little bit.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Oh.
Yeah, look at on you. Oh my God.
I'm immune to their slings and arrows.
But yeah.
Yeah, I also excluded Weird Frontiers, which I don't know if that's a fair exclusion either, because it's published by Goodman, but the book was basically written by one person with help
by
from
one
some of his
guy.
friends.
Yeah.
And I love
Yeah.
that game.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
excluded
freaking
everything
beast.
Goodman, everything Free League.
Yeah, I excluded the Weird Frontiers because it's Goodman. I mean, I get it that it's third party or whatever, but
Yep.
it's DCC. It's based on
Yeah.
It's good though.
I mean, besides, I got enough shit for Basic Fantasy, so
You would have gotten way less shit for Weird Frontiers, I promise you.
I know. I mean, I could have gone with the OG indie game,
Arduin.
OD&D.
I think I would have gotten mad at you for that one, buddy.
You know, the little brown box. You know what I mean? That was indie. Back in the day. What? I'm kidding, guys. Oh my God. So yeah,
Hi, Greg.
Oh, hey.
I'm gonna have to tear my bookshelves apart after we're done here, so I can find my Primal Quest books.
Roger's
So,
number one
technically,
indie title was BX.
It's no, it wasn't. It wasn't. Oh, I mean, it kind of was.
So his
No, like
list
I
is
said, it
Swords
was-
and Wizardry, Labyrinth Lord,
Oh my God.
Lamentations, Basic Fantasy.
No. I like I said, I maybe I don't know. You know, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I put Basic Fantasy at you know at the top of the list because of accessibility, which I think is important. You know, and,
That's a very
yeah.
indie punk
it's-
kind of feeling. The whole thing of like when you buy the print copies, you're just paying the print costs and the PDFs
Yeah.
are free. I mean, I
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it, Matt. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for talking me down off the ledge that Paul talked me up on. Appreciate that.
Jump, pussy.
Probably shouldn't joke about that. That'll probably
Yeah,
our
you're
ratings. Our ratings are dropping.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Well, it's okay. Like
Um,
right after the show started, apparently YouTube for Android or something was having like huge issues because nothing was working on any of the
Oh really?
phone apps. Yeah, it was on Down Detector going nuts and crazy. It was kinda
Oh
funny.
wow.
So,
Yeah. So we're thinking about doing top 5 settings
Oh, that'd be fun.
that'll be hard.
at some.
That'll
point.
be hard to get
That's
to
gonna be
10.
really rough.
Wait, is it top 5 settings that you've played and you love, or is it top 5 settings you want to play? Because those are two
Whatever.
very different lists.
I don't know.
Ugh.
I
Damn
don't
it,
know.
Roger. Can you provide
Man.
just the slightest bit of
Paul was
guidance?
just into me about this. He really doesn't like the Basic Fantasy.
Oh man, that's
Wheelchair
amazing.
ramp. It's accessible.
Yeah, Roger's Roger's number one on
Well-
top 5 adventures is going to be 5e Curse of Strahd with the
No.
accessibility ramp.
Yeah, I get it, Paul. I get it. I do really. I do. But yeah, settings is easy. I don't know about that.
I don't think it's easy.
I'm going to have a really hard time getting down to 5.
I
I would have to,
That.
if it's stuff that I've run before, that would be much easier because I haven't run nearly. I have a huge
Yeah.
pile of unrun stuff, but there's a lot of things that I've read that I'm excited about that would make it hard to cut
Curse
down.
of Strahd was so accessible for the little ones. Curse of Strahd was accessible for no one. I mean, I ran it, and it was, yeah, it needed a lot of work. So I probably put as much into it as I got out of it. I mean, that's changed a bunch of stuff and everything. But yeah, oh yeah, fun times. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Maybe we'll do that. We'll do that next month or something.
Okay.
We'll talk about doing settings. We'll talk about how we want to do it. If it's stuff that we've ran or stuff, or just do top 5 RPG settings.
Hyperborea.
And that's it. And then everybody can just put whatever they want. Dan will put
See,
Hyperborea.
This
on
is
his
this is
list,
why this is why I
That'd
went
be
with
on my
the-
list.
you
yeah.
know?
This is why I went with the want to play angle.
Hyperborea. Then Paul can't get mad at me because it's all settings, so it doesn't matter,
Yeah.
right? Because settings.
Paul will still get mad at you because you'll wind up picking like Greyhawk or something.
Ugh.
No, I wouldn't pick Greyhawk.
Dragonlance.
Maybe I'll put Basic Fantasy. I'll put their world number 1. I forget the name of his world. there.
Genaria.
Glane or something. I think is the. I don't know, but yeah, good. It's the same thing. Paul somebody's put Greyhawk on it. No, I wouldn't put
Called it.
Greyhawk on it.
Called it.
I wouldn't put Greyhawk on
Settings is
Yeah.
gonna be really hard.
on my
Greyhawk for me is
device.
more of just a nostalgia thing. I think. Like
Yeah.
I grew up
Yeah.
playing it. I don't know if it's my. I mean, I don't use it, so I can't say it's probably one of my favorites. but
Yeah. Rip
I
off
have other
the
ones.
accessible.
I have other ones though that
Jesus Christ.
You are just getting savaged by Paul in
Oof.
chat.
I am.
Amazing.
I am.
he's all over you
man.
tonight.
Oh man.
Oh, Roger, I will say from Friday night when we were talking about player engagement, I bought something that you inspired me to buy, and it was $5.
Really? Listen, if it's OSR, oh okay. I was gonna say if
And
it's
it says
something that's
it says ring for
OSR,
beer. So
there you go. There you go. That's fun. Yeah. I was gonna say if it's anything that's got a D20 in it, you better not show it because I'll get
Creamed.
yeah.
I'll get hated on.
Well,
again.
I
Oh,
put
my
in an
God.
order for Roger's number 1 indie system, Basic Fantasy, because I was so inspired during this
Yeah.
show. So,
Yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. It is. What's not to love about it? You know? Yeah. There was there was definitely a lot of stuff that I pulled off the shelf for this one. It was definitely some rough choices, you know, of what to go and what to keep and you know, ordering it out. So
yeah.
but yeah, no, I can't wait to get Vaults of Varn 2E. I actually ordered when I backed it, I ended up backing it at the 5 book, I think it's 4 or 5 book pledge. So that I can get, and then I added on like the GM screen and a couple of the other things just because it was cheaper for me to buy multiple books.
Mhm.
You know, that way, because I figured like I'm gonna want a book, my daughter's gonna want a book, and then you know probably one for her friends to use or whatever, and then I got 2 books left over, you know. So
One for the CNY auction.
I
yeah,
had an
maybe one
extra
for the
book in
CNY
mine,
auction.
too.
Yeah, it's
I look
nice to
forward
have an extra.
purchasing it for $20 because no one at CNY knows what Vaults of Varn is.
So yeah, no, it's good stuff, I think. But yeah, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, indie, that's a rough thing. Maybe we'll have to change it up. We'll have to do I don't know, top 5 D20 systems or something just for no top
Just for
5
Paul.
top 5
Top 5 editions
not-
of Dungeons and Dragons.
non D20 systems or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, top 5 editions of Dungeons and Dragons.
First edition is the correct number 1, by the way.
But I agree. Well, maybe, I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence now.
First
Really?
edition, Rules
A couple years
Cyclopedia,
ago,
second
I would have
edition.
agreed with you. Yeah,
What are you on the fence about? 2E?
I would put OD&D. I think
Oh.
OD&D above
Okay.
above 1E. I think.
I would do either Rules Cyclopedia or I kind of lump them, probably sacrilege, but I kind of lump them together like Rules Cyclopedia or Basic Expert.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
version.
That's my favorite too.
Top 5
You know,
movies
honestly,
of
Five.
D&D.
Honestly, I
Words.
always thought my favorite. I always look back and thought my favorite version was AD&D, and then playing. We just finished playing 10 sessions of this, and I've played a bunch more. I realized no, it's Basic Expert. That
Yeah.
era. Of the
Wow.
game is more
Look at that.
You know,
Even Edgelord says Paul's wrong. Long live BX.
Wow.
It's funny, Stan. The more I play OSE, the more I realize that I really truly am an AD&D kid. Like,
Well, you know what's
Yeah.
you know what's funny is I played my son ran this last summer, right? He's kind of latched on to Dragon Slayer. It's his system of choice.
yeah,
He ran Dragon Slayer last summer. We did some of one of the mega dungeons, and he got bored of it, so he won. Then also, I think it was last summer, he started running. He switched to Old School Essentials for me and another player, and we did a few sessions of Old School Essentials. And there's definitely things I like about Old School Essentials, but we actually went back and preferred Dragon Slayer over it.
I did
Hmm.
pick it up at CNY from Greg. I'll have to give it like a good and proper read. It's on the
Yeah.
short stack on the nightstand.
Yeah, I'm going to be working on actually a video just about why I like it, and it's not just me; it's polling our group and stuff. But yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I like OSC too. There's obviously like OSC is the gold standard for layout and formatting and stuff like that, in my opinion. But there was some stuff that I thought like OSC. We were playing OSC Advanced, and honestly, it was really just a little bit more of basic expert. It didn't feel like advanced D&D to me, but which is
Yeah.
fine. I like basic expert, but there was some stuff missing that I was like, why is this not in it? Like
Yeah.
freaking Shillelagh as a spell. Like, where's that?
Yeah.
You know?
Or like, why isn't restoration there when there's level drain up the ass all over the place?
Right.
See, that's kind of it's a linchpin for me. Chubby's gone, so I can bitch about it.
Paul puts Hyperborea at number 2. Look at that.
Hey,
Yeah, Paul
For
likes
his, for
Hyperborea.
his favorite D&D things. How could Paul like Hyperborea? It's a
'Cause
it's a
better
D20
version
system.
of D&D in all respects.
It's AD&D. It's
And-
AD&D.
but better.
Well,
kind
yeah,
of-
sure, but
it's like AD&D and OD&D and Holmes. It's
But
really
how
the best
can-
of a lot of the old stuff because
Yeah.
it's the best. So
Paul, what's your top indie game? I don't know. I know you mentioned a handful of things in here. I don't know if you mentioned
because it
yeah,
fixed
because
that
it
old
fixed the old
bullshit
bullshit
system.
system.
Yeah.
What's your top
You're not
indie? I
wrong.
know you listed a bunch of them, but yeah, put your top indie in there. See, but just curious as to what it is. Obviously, we know it's not basic fantasy. We know that. But yeah. So this was an interesting experiment. This is the most I've got insulted, I think, on any stream so far.
That's saying something.
You know, that's it's not. I don't think it's. Well, yeah, I don't know. Probably the harshest stuff. Who knows? I don't know.
Poor Roger.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I know Paul loves me. You know,
It's all in good fun.
so it's all in good fun.
Yeah.
You know, Paul understands, just like the rest of us. Hey, play what you want to play. Play what what's fun. You know, it's all right.
Except Daggerheart. Don't
So-
play Daggerheart.
No,
Yeah.
I've done it.
Except for Dagger. Don't
I
play
have too.
Dagger.
It's terrible.
Oh, see,
Not good.
even Paul says
It's.
I'm
I
all
mean,
right.
it's yeah. It's
I
nothing.
don't know
have
if
any
he's-
burning desire to play again.
I don't know if Paul's saying that because he doesn't want anything to happen to me tonight.
I think one of the problems with Daggerheart is it's way too crunchy of a system for a game that's supposed to be a narrative game.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
theater kids.
Yeah,
And the crunch is very opaque and weird and doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I don't know,
Yeah, I
Paul.
played
I
some second
I get on, PBTA, and just to talk about that for a minute. Like I really have an issue with like fixed difficulties, like and with PBTA the +1, +2 or whatever, like it just doesn't seem like it's enough to make the classes and stuff feel different. Like when you're hitting things and then it's like a fixed thing. So it's, I don't know. I felt the same way with percentile systems for a while. And I'm starting to come around on that as I read through like Call of Cthulhu and I start thinking about running that. And so, and I mean, I don't know. I think my issue with that is that I've ran a lot of, or I've played in a handful of Palladium stuff, and it was just complicated and like the rolling under, I don't know, maybe it was the GM. And then the PBTA stuff, I think it was definitely the GM that just wasn't really great for me. And I don't know. I kind of bounced off of Powered by the Apocalypse, but like Blades in the Dark, like I like that better. Like that to me is like they fixed the issues that I had with Powered by the Apocalypse.
Right. So, I mean, to answer the question, it's not. It's Forged in the Dark is a evolution of Powered by the Apocalypse, but they're
Yes, right.
functionally considered a distinct subgenre. So, like in my ridiculous digital organization of games that I have in my Google Drive, like Forged in the Dark is its own folder, and it has games like Bump in the Dark, Cosmosaurs, Slug Blasters, Torch in the Dark, Wicked Ones, Band of Blades, Scum and Villainy. Those are all Forged in the Dark rather than Powered by the Apocalypse. So they're functionally distinct. They're similar, but different.
Yeah. And I definitely like those better. I mean, they definitely push the group play.
I like it better.
like more, and that's like an issue for some people because you really can't like I don't want to say split the party because you can kind of do that, right? But like you all have to have the same goal, you know, for everything. You know what I mean?
That's all right. I have strong opinions about that comment, but that's okay.
What is this? Blades is worse than Shadowrun. You struggle to roll a pile of dice, pray for a single session, competent thief team comedy hour. I don't know. I've played, like, I've ran Scum and Villainy. I've played Scum and Villainy. I've played Blades in the Dark. And I've had a good time with it. And I don't remember it being like a struggle to roll or to like succeed.
I mean,
Like,
4 and
I don't
5
know.
is a partial success in that game. So
Yeah. And maybe it's the GM, like that wasn't like harsh or whatever,
So I was an English major, so I'm not a math guy. I was trying to like think about. So you don't like the +1 in Powered by the Apocalypse. So what is it? 7 through 9 is a partial success in Powered by the Apocalypse.
yeah.
Right?
Something
So
like that, yeah.
so how does a +1 on a 2d6 roll compare to a +1 on a d20 against like a 12 DR?
Yeah, no, it's definitely
Like,
better.
I feel like it's more meaningful, right?
It is.
Yeah.
A +1
it
on
is.
2d6 is more meaningful because the number of expected outcomes is
Yeah.
much lower. It's 11
Right.
instead of 20. Yeah,
And it's on a
Right.
curve.
Right.
correct.
No. I get that. It just I don't know. For me,
Yeah, it sounds
felt
like
it didn't mean much.
Yeah. Sure.
Like, and maybe that's just in my brain, but yeah, I don't know. I think part of it was the GM. I mean, that was running it. That was really,
Yeah.
I don't think was that great, So, I mean, I don't know though, but yeah, Blades. I don't know. Like, I kind of disagree there. Well, I mean, as for like Shadowrun, I never really liked Shadowrun. So to say for me, like to say something's worse than Shadowrun, like I don't know. That means it's really, really bad. Like, I don't know if that's where you're coming from. Like, I never liked Shadowrun.
Blades to me sort of feels like when people say, it's what was this say? It's like the band that your favorite band likes or whatever. I feel like Blades is one of those. It's like an RPG that your favorite DM likes. Like it's definitely not a game you should play with most people that play RPGs. There's stuff going on in that
Sure.
game that is just kind of brain breaking unless you've been
Sure.
immersed in the hobby for a while and can kind of grok
Yeah,
what it's
yeah.
doing.
No,
But,
I get it. Like,
yeah.
like I handed out the character sheets for Scum and Villainy, and like Jason's like filling it out. Like he's like, oh, I want a medium load, and I'm going to take this, and I'm going to take this, and I'm like, no. You don't pick equipment until you
Right.
use it. So you need to
Yeah, the
use it.
quantum equipment, and then the whole thing of
Like,
resisting outcomes and trading position for effect and stuff like that. There's just a lot of stuff going on in that game.
Yeah, and the whole like you're not like a combat round isn't like a traditional combat round. It's like, hey, do you succeed in doing this? And it's like, okay, this combat is a 5-piece clock or 5-part clock or 6-part clock or whatever, and that's like hard to get, like, because then it's like, oh, okay, well we're shooting against like there's like 12 bad guys, so that means every success you basically knock out
Some
two,
number.
and it's like,
Yeah.
well, yeah, no, like that's really not. It really means like nobody's out until the clock is done, and then that's when, you know what I mean, you're able to get away and or whatever, you know what I mean. It's like, it's hard for people to wrap their brain around that, because they're like, okay, I want to shoot the guy that's blocked. It's like, no, it's you're rolling against the clock thing. They abstract everything to the point where it makes some semblance of sense, like with the math rocks and the rolling, but to try and wrap your head around it's not,
I think it's whether or not it's a game you're ever going to play or one that you like. I encourage people to read it just because
kind of like Apocalypse World 20 years ago. There's only so many RPGs that come out that feel like they're doing something that is really unique and distinct and different and new. And I think Blades in the Dark is one of those games that kind of creates an engine that is different and makes you think about how a game works differently than any product that came before it. And you can say, I don't like the setting or I don't like that system, but it's still something cool to read because it is so different. It makes you think about how a game can work in a little bit differently. And I mean, that whole thing of clocks has like been used all over the place, just as a, so there's cool stuff in there.
So
Yeah.
real quick before you guys keep going down this rabbit hole, I do need to hop off. So
Oh,
I just
yeah.
wanna
I'm
say
sorry,
bye.
Dan. You mentioned that.
No, you're all
Yeah.
good. Have a
Thanks.
good night, guys. Take it easy.
Thanks
See you,
for,
Dan.
thanks for
See ya.
stopping in.
Bye, Stan.
Appreciate it.
Bye, Matt. Bye, Roger.
See
Take
ya.
care, yep. No, clocks are great. I like using clocks and things. I'll use those from time to time. So it's good stuff. Yeah, Edgelord, you're gonna renounce Paul 3 times. I think he's renounced you a couple times already. I don't know.
I think so too.
I haven't been keeping track, but yeah, I agree. I agree with Matt. The only book you shouldn't buy is Knave 2.
I ran a game for Ben Milton. He played in a Vaults of Arn game that I ran at a convention, and he was lovely. And he played a chicken, a mutant chicken with a mind control orb, and he drew a really cool picture of his character in the sheet. And then one of the players in the game like stole his character sheet before I could get it at the end.
Really?
I was a little
Oh,
frustrated
really?
by that, but yeah,
Wow.
so yeah. Anyway,
Wow. So he's got Ben Milton mutant chicken art. It's probably
well,
on
that
eBay.
was one of the more nerve wrack. I don't usually get that nervous running games because I don't really care that much about what any of y'all think about me or whatever. But the running, so Vaults of Arn is a hack of Knave 1E. So I'm basically running a hack of
Running
Ben's
his game,
own
yeah.
game for him. So that was a little bit intimidating, but he was nice. He was a lovely player at the table. So
Yeah. And we're going to talk about alignment. I think Edgelord, you mentioned you want to be on for that one. I think Paul's going to come on for that one. I might sit that one out, but
yeah, I don't think I care enough about that.
We'll have a great alignment debate. I think one of these days. I think it'll be interesting to say the least. And I like what they did with Pendragon, really. Like I think that's like a decent thing where like you can't even do the thing unless you roll it. Like you got to roll against one of your, I forget what they call it.
Yeah,
But
it's
you
all
have to
the
roll
opposed
against
traits or whatever. Yeah,
which is interesting because I wish I could get like D&D clerics and things and stuff to like, to do that. Like if they had to roll against their faith, to every time they tried to do something, but then if it got reduced to a certain number or whatever, you know what I mean? They start to lose, faith in their God, or their God starts to lose faith in them or whatever, you know what I mean? So maybe their power lessens, or something like that.
yeah. Some people really hate that part of Pendragon. I think it's pretty cool. It's
You know?
again, it's one of
Yeah.
those unique things that doesn't really exist in any other RPG that I know of. I find that stuff interesting.
Yeah. Well, and like for that, right? Like, and I'll say it for clerics, right, too. But like for those knights, like,
Mhm.
like they have this code, right, of honor or whatever
Right.
that they got to live by, and they have these virtues and all of this. And so I think it makes perfect sense to have it, for them. I mean,
Yeah.
but in clerics and maybe the paladins, you know what I mean? Like in a D&D setting, right? Or maybe like a druid to a certain degree, because that's like a cleric, right? And like, so you have this thing, like if you're going to go against nature, maybe you got to try and roll, or at least there should be some kind of chart, right? But like for a fighter that's like not a knight or whatever, like who cares? For a rogue or thief or whatever, Like, who cares? Like, they're just gonna, they're just gonna do what they want to do anyway. Like, it doesn't mean anything. And it doesn't matter whether they swing one way or the other on things or what, because there's nothing that's going to be affected by that. But anybody that's dealing with a god or drawing magic or something from somewhere, or a code that somebody can call them out on, they need to have that. I mean, that's my opinion. I don't know, but fun times. What else we got about on indie games? The Paladins have a code to follow, clerics don't. It's another reason why D&D is half baked. Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. Absolutely. Definitely clerics should be policed as much as the Paladins are. I agree.
Yeah, I mean, Everyone is John is a cool game.
Everyone is John is cool. That was on like my long list. That's
Now you got
fun.
me
That's
wanting to
another
really
one.
read this more, Matt.
Huh?
Heart, yeah.
You got me wanting to read this more.
It's good. It's cool. The word wet is in it 50,000 times, which is probably too many. I think every other thing is described as wet. It's definitely a mood, but it's a cool book.
Have
I
you
don't know
played
what how this book is printed, but it feels heavier than this book. Like, it's heavier than this book. Like, I don't know what
heavier
they
weight paper? Yeah,
big time. Like, it's a much better quality book. That's a pod.
I'm interested.
This is, yeah, I might get there's a big sale at Crossroads this weekend. Maybe they'll have some
Ooh.
stuff in the back stock. I'll have to see.
Have you played Everyone is John, Stan?
I've never even heard of it.
So it's this game. It's this RPG
It's cool.
where there's one PC
John.
and his name is John, and
Everyone is.
everybody plays John. You're basically so John. Oh, you probably can't. I just thought about what I was going to say next. You probably can't. I don't know if this game's still in print. Can they even still talk about this stuff? I'm going to say it, but basically, John is schizophrenic, and everybody at the table is a different personality of John's. And you have like these tokens that you bid for control to see who gets control of them. And everybody has 3 goals. You have a goal that's worth 1 point. You have a goal that's worth 2 points, and a goal that's worth 3 points. Every time you hit a goal, the control over John gets, you bid for it again. So you want to try and do the higher stuff, which is always riskier. And everybody has secret things that they want to get John to do. So your number 1 might be eat candy. Simple, right? You could do that numerous times a day. It's just simple things, right? Your number 2 needs to be something a little bit riskier. So maybe it's steal something, right? Steal something from someone, right? And then your number 3 would be like something that puts John in mortal danger, like jump out a window, right? Or something like that. And so everybody who's playing has these things, and no one knows what they are. So John, whoever's in control of John, right, will be like, oh, let's go in this store here and check it out, right? And then like the thing that's going through your head, right, because you have these 3 things, is like, oh, I need to steal something from this, from somebody else in here. So you bid for control. And so like John walks into a store and you might, then you bid, you get control and you're like, oh, I steal this guy's stuff. And then like somebody else, and then it goes up for bid again. And then somebody else gets to control John. And then, they might have the jump out a window thing. So like, instead of walking out the door of the store, John will just go barreling and throw himself out a window.
Okay.
It just gets ridiculous.
It's a 1-page game. Yeah, it's not. It's literally just a 1-pager. It's one of the few competitive role-playing games. there's not a lot of them out there, but this
Yeah.
is one of them. I mean, it's like, so I'll read a little bit. So John is a totally insane man in Minneapolis, New York, Arkham, or wherever today's train wreck is set. He's controlled by the voices in his head one at a time. John is not terribly competent. He has difficulty with a lot of the things you and I might take for granted. It's just a really good little one-page RPG. I like it a lot. Yeah,
That's
it's a
cool.
fun one. It's like Honey Heist. It's just one of those games. If you want to have a couple hours to
Yeah.
kill with some friends and you want to play an RPG that's rules light and everyone will laugh, it's a good one.
Yeah. And I backed it on something like years ago, and I got like a stack of like business cards that are the like player sheets,
Oh, that's cool.
which is really cool. Yeah. But yeah, it's just fun. And it's like, what was the thing? Being John Malkovich, was that the movie where everybody, so I don't know if that's where the game came from, or Never Going Home. I heard that was pretty good.
Never Going Home is good. I played that not that long ago. The rules are a little wonky. It's definitely a unique game engine, but the setting is cool. It's World War One.
That's World, yeah, I was just saying it's World War One. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely sort of a darkest dungeon. You have a crew of guys because your lifespan of these guys is not very long, which is
short.
appropriate for World War One without Cthulhian horrors running around, let alone when you introduce that in. So
Stack.
Thought I had my Everyone is John here on the shelf. I don't know where it is.
yeah, it's a cool game.
But
Deathmatch Island is another. If you want to play a competitive RPG, that's another one of the few that drop in that bucket.
it's interesting. I think like there's a lot of people that like are right out of the gate. They're like against that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, and I don't want to play competitive all the time, you know, but there's a lot of people that like as soon as you want to play a competitive RPG, like no, they don't want to do PvP. They don't even want, you know, they don't even want a friendly character, you know, running around and, you know, like pickpocketing other players, you know what I mean? Like, or whatever. And I get it, right? You know, but yeah, I mean, so it's hard. So but I think like Everyone is John or whatever, like that's really fun for like even a non RPG group, you know, to play. So
Yeah, I mean, it's competitive, but doesn't really have player elimination. Like Deathmatch Island actually has player elimination. I think the right competitive RPG product probably hasn't been made yet. If you think about board games, I mean, board games were around for a very long time before anybody thought, oh, let's play a cooperative board game. When we were kids growing up, there was no such thing as a cooperative board game.
Oh,
Hero
no.
Quest. Hero
Yeah,
Quest.
Sure. I mean,
Got 'em.
dungeon crawlers. Yeah, dungeon crawlers are yeah. But I
No,
mean,
I know what you mean.
a dungeon crawler is just a sort of a distillation of an RPG.
There's probably
yeah,
like
yeah. No,
fist
I-
fights that broke out over Monopoly and shit. You know, like
Right.
it was not
Yeah.
a friendly game.
So I
Yeah.
do wonder if at some point someone will crack the code on that and kind of unlock a new category.
Yeah, competitive RPGs. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's a few I think that are out.
There's
there.
also the old tournament style, you know, you run at cons, just run multiple tables through a thing that has a scoring matrix at the end. You know, that's a
Right.
cooperative, competitive hybrid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I don't know. Man, Everyone is John. I kind of want to play that now.
I know you got me jonesing to play it.
I have to run it some point.
It's a good late
I'll
night. It's like the
start
late
bringing
night at a con
Yeah.
game. Yeah.
Yeah, I should bring those to play at CNY like after hours. Because
I thought Sentinel Comics might be on your list, Roger. I was waiting to see if that cracked your
Yeah,
list.
yeah. I was thinking about it. I've talked about it a lot when we did superheroes and things like that. So I just didn't, I want to try and make the list different, have
Sure.
different things on it. So, but that's fun. And the thing with it is like the character creation for it is a bear. There's like a lot of work for, I mean, you get stuff out of it, but it takes a lot to create a character, like too much. Like it's like not as bad as the Palladium thing, but like it's reminiscent of that, where it's like you're going through all these charts and you're looking at stuff and you're writing all this stuff down and, before you can get to play. And it's cool stuff, but, it takes a while to go through all that.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, but it's a fun supers game. I would run it again, if I had the group for it, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But in the meantime, we're going to run inspectors on Saturday. That'll be fun.
Yeah. Excited.
It's going to be a blast. It's going to be goofy. Probably. I mean, I can't imagine that it's going to be a serious affair here.
I hope not. The movie it's based on is not all that serious.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah. It's going to be fantastic. Stan's going to be busy doing something, he said.
I'm running
I don't know
my
what.
game Saturday.
I told him what I was planning, and before I even told him what day it was going to be. He said he was busy.
I'm
that
busy.
day, so
I have a filament I have to buy.
I have a filament. I got to make a filament run.
That day.
It reminds me of
So
those little clips where you'll have like the kid and they're sitting there with their dad and they're like, "Dad, would you want option A, be quarantined with mom, or option
Yeah,
B?" And it's
B.
like B immediately.
B, definitely B.
Definitely B.
Yeah, definitely B. Yeah. Oh man. So yeah. UK setting for 5e, usually more for others. Just I don't know what. Okay. Be like Decado writing adventures for his homebrew world.
What?
So I don't know. Rooster's going on about One for Sorrow. I think
Oh, he asked about it. I've never heard of it.
UK setting for 5e. I don't know what we didn't get it
Oh.
over here. Apparently, I don't know. They got their own settings.
Oh man, I've never heard of it.
So, but yeah. So indie games, there's fun stuff. We're gonna run, like I said, I'm gonna run Inspectors because it's an indie game and it was on my list of games that I want to run. And we're gonna give it a go and we're gonna try it. And then if it goes really well, I might run a game on a stream. We'll see, but I don't want to go through like character creation and how to play and all that. I think that's going to be boring to do it on a stream, but yeah, I think we're going to do all that and we'll play a quick game and see where it goes. See if we can catch some ghosts somewhere, and that'll be that. Next week, Grim Jim is coming on to talk about his game, which is also Crows. It's the what is the oh boy, I forget the name of it now. It's his samurai game there, which is going to be cool. I think. I know Jason is all in on that. It's sort of like a spiritual successor to Stray Crows. It's like his spiritual successor to Bushido, I think. So we'll see how that goes. So he's going to be on next week talking about that, and I got to send him an email reminder. But yeah, fun times. So if nobody else has anything else, Stan, Matt,
I'm good.
fantastic.
No.
Thanks everybody for coming. We'll end on Stan's got a sock drawer to sort out.
That's right.
So we'll see you guys next week. Thanks everybody, especially you, Paul.
Basic Fantasy forever. See you guys.
Take care, guys.